What's up, y'all? Kofi Kingston here, and I would love to have a drink with Wrestling on the Rocks, depending on what that drink is, preferably non-alcoholic, you know?
How's it going? I'm the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus.
Wardlow here.
Soda.
I would love to have a drink with Wrestling on the Rocks.
I would love to have a drink with Wrestling on the Rocks.
Maple syrup.
I would never have a drink with Wrestling on the Rocks.
Well, howdy ho, everybody. No Marv. I guess he's drunk again. That's so on brand for this show. Anyways, hi. Guess what? It's Wednesday. And you know what that means? It means it's time for another episode 1 of Wrestling on the Rocks. So I've got the usual suspects with us. And who are these usual suspects, you ask? Well, there's Ref Marsh.
Ta-da.
And then the one and only, I guess you're the most important person in Delaware. With TW Takes. And I'm not on brand, and I feel like an asshole. So sorry. Next time, warn a person. Warn a person. Because I just grabbed whatever was there in the pile of wrestling shirts that I haven't put away.
Oh, good.
Yes.
That's kind of what I did. I just looked over and saw it on top of my wrestling shirts, and I was like, you know what? That'll work today.
To be honest, same.
Wow. Wow. Well, you know, that happens, and especially when you have like a million shirts, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, what are you going to do? It's like I always have that Spice Girls moment from Spice World. What do I wear? The little Gucci dress? Or the little Gucci dress? Or the little Gucci dress? Don't know.
That's true.
Kind of all the same.
He was just going through shirts and being like, I don't know if I need these wrestling shirts anymore. And she was like, Riot Squad never turned into anything. She goes, we could toss that one. And then she was like, is Samoa Joe even doing anything anymore? And I was like, he still has his presence.
He has a belt, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yes, he does. With Hobbs and Shibata. He's still doing something.
And the Riot Squad turned into Liv Morgan. So
Yeah.
I know. I did say, though, I mean, in fairness, the Riot Squad has become a trivia question about Liv Morgan because she has become such a star that now when you look back at that, you go, you know what? That's the Liv Morgan trivia question now. It's no one's going to remember the rest. They're going to be like, did you know when she first debuted? She was in a group. Really? Yeah, it's gonna be that bullshit.
Not the Judgment Day? Are you sure?
Yeah, right.
Really? Yeah. Well,
But this is your show, Amanda.
yeah, well, there's a lot of fucking great stuff to talk about.
I honest to God forgot that there even was a Raw this week until this morning. I was all like, oh, I should probably put on Raw. They probably did one.
Oh yeah,
I
the
don't
old Wednesday morning Raw.
Yeah.
That's what it's
It's raw
famous for.
somewhere. It's raw somewhere.
Yeah, it's Raw somewhere.
Who knows? Like, I don't know. Like, if you go backwards, like if you're trying to go to like the sun, does that mean that time goes backwards? And I don't know. Anyways, not going to get into that. But what we'll get into real quick is our favorite game. What's in your glass? So, Bishop, did you just like reach over and grab out of the pile of drinks?
Hysterical, kind of. I have white wine tonight, and it's one of my favorites. It's the last bottle that I have of. I don't know if the label's going to come up. It's called Jealous Bitch Chardonnay.
What? Oh, let me
Yeah,
look this
It's
up
got a little
here.
puppy on it. It's got a little puppy.
Aw,
Yeah,
jealous bitch.
Chardonnay.
Chardonnay. Let's see.
Yeah, it's so good. So good. It's from Australia.
Oh,
Shouts to Ray Ripley.
yeah. Awesome. Sure.
It's a little white wine tonight.
You got classy for us.
Yes, I'm
Just-
going to stick my pinky up tonight.
There you go. And just so y'all know, just because you can be classy, you can be bougie, but fuck, I would drink a wine called Jealous Bitch Chardonnay. I would do that.
So good.
Southeastern Australia, apparently. Huh.
Yeah, there's some pretty good wine names out there for sure.
Yeah. I think the best bottle, though, on the bottles, the Snoop and Martha ones. Those are pretty iconic, I think.
Oh, some of those are pretty good. Yeah, the
Yeah.
Snoop ones.
They're actually
I've had a few of them that were really good.
You know what
Um,
wine was not very good?
Hmm.
I did not like the Bellas. Their wine was not very good.
You know
And
what? We
they-
got their bottle too, and we were a little underwhelmed. It was.
And they
It
used-
wasn't awful, but it. I mean, it was just a Chardonnay is all they were doing at the time, and I don't know. I don't think a ton of Chardonnays are that great, if I'm honest.
Well,
Yeah.
they also used a really good vintner up in St. Helena. So that's why I was surprised it was so bad. So
Yeah.
I thought, oh, okay. Well,
No. Well,
it's what it is.
Mellow's wine is
All
pretty
can't be
solid.
Carmela making good fucking wine, okay?
yeah.
We
Yeah,
all
hell
can't
yeah.
do that. No, we all cannot. Marsh, what do you got?
I have a little whiskey ginger. It's Pendleton whiskey.
Mm.
We've been having a lot more of that in the house because there's usually always a deal on base for that, and they do all sorts of different editions. It's been kind of cool. So
Nice. And you know me, I just stumbled over to the fridge.
mhm.
Because yeah.
Classic.
Yes. I actually I forgot that I had bought those Cutwater, the hurricane versions. I've not had them yet because I forgot I bought them. So I need to put them in the fridge. See what that life is all about. Yes. So
Mhm,
yes.
mhm.
So now we got that done. Let's get rid of the birthdays because oh my God.
Oh yeah, you gotta do birthdays.
We got
There we go.
birthdays. So Marv, wherever you are, my friend, happy birthday.
Yeah, I think we need to renegotiate his contract.
I knew he was doing some stupid shit like that. Okay. I'm not fucking Tony Khan. I'm not going to sit there and like tell him you can't be on TV. Don't call us. We'll call you. I'm not doing that. You're not doing that. But if he's holding out for a lot more money, I don't know what to say. That's not my call.
He's expecting something, I can tell. On the renegotiation, he's definitely expecting something.
Well, I don't know. What can you expect? I mean, he's got like everything.
I said we
Pretty
celebrate his birthday every time. What more does he want?
I
Presents?
know. That's
I
what I'm
know.
saying. I'm fighting. I think we'll get it.
Okay.
Well, I want to know what it is because, obviously coming to the table, we should kind of know.
We'll find
I wanna-
common ground, I'm pretty sure.
Maybe I want to renegotiate for something. I don't know. Whatever. So, one of the first birthdays today, Allie the Bunny. So she's going back to wrestling. She hasn't wrestled actually in 2 years. That's what happens when Tony Khan lets you do nothing and get paid. So, girl, good on you for trying to go back. So, happy birthday. If Hana Kimura was around, happy birthday. Mental health is a very serious thing, guys. Watch out for your friends.
Oh yeah, Hana.
Yeah. TJP, the so-called leader of the United Empire. But newsflash, hey, TJP, the United Empire is not the United Empire anymore, bro. Just saying. Happy birthday to him. Happy birthday to freaking Awesome Kong. I really still think her WWE career was so short. But I fucking love her. I'm just going to say that. Yeah, she's great. One of my favorites.
She was Karma in WWE, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
She basically made me cry in that Netflix show in Glow.
Really?
She was fucking
Yes.
amazing.
Yes.
Her performances were so incredible in that show. And I watched the entire show not realizing that was her. And when I was like, oh my God. Well, she was so out of character, right? She was bubbly. Yeah. She was, vulnerable. She was emotional and just
personality.
Oh, she was amazing. Shouts to her. Happy birthday.
Yeah. A great listen, and I know is one of the ones that you really learn a lot about her is when she did Colt Cabana's Art of Wrestling long time ago. Like, I found out that she was on Wheel of Fortune and she won a buttload of money.
That's awesome.
I mean, who would have thought, right? Like, what? Yeah, so that was kind of cool. Happy birthday to Xavier Woods.
Oh, nice.
Your birthday. AR Fox. Nice when they let him out to wrestle. Braun Strowman, happy birthday. Big Braun. Jillian Hall. Oh, Lord, I haven't heard that in a while. And then the original Sin Cara. Whatever fucking mask he's wearing now, happy birthday. Wendy Richter, happy birthday. She said that there is no amount of money that Tony Khan can pay her to come wrestle Tony Storm. But you know what?
That's cool. That's funny.
I believe in Ted DiBiase, and I think everybody has a price.
That would be on brand. That would make a lot of sense.
Yeah, I would think it would be great.
She's a character from the 20s. Wendy Richter was born in the 20s. That makes sense.
Yeah, total sense. Oh, yeah. Molly Holly. Happy birthday. Not laughing at Molly Holly. Just so y'all know. David Arquette. He takes that shit seriously.
Hell yeah.
Good on him. Happy birthday.
Hell yeah.
Someone did ask me, because now I've seen both him wrestle and Paul Walter Hauser wrestle. Honestly, not gonna lie, I think David Arquette's a better wrestler.
I didn't realize you went and saw the Walter Hauser one. We'll have to talk about that when we're going.
Well, I've seen him twice.
Finish your birthdays. All right,
Anyways.
we gotta talk about it.
All right. Raven, happy birthday. Let's see here. People don't know these ones, but you know what? A familiar face for you and me, Marsh, is Trevor Murdoch. Happy birthday.
Oh yeah, he's a badass. Yes.
And then finally, oh wait, I forgot. Fucking Lexus King, happy birthday. I don't like calling him that. That's fucking Brian Pillman Jr. Okay, sorry, that's just me. And then one of Marsh's favorite people is also celebrating a birthday. Happy birthday to Sam Roberts.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah. And that guy's your birthdays. So
what day is that? Is his birthday?
His birthday is it is what day is it today? Is it the 6th? So
okay,
Saturday. Or
right, good,
yeah.
good.
Yes. Oh, I'm an asshole. I admit this thing didn't scroll. I missed some. Rebel, Reba from AEW. Get well soon, girlfriend. She had another surgery. She's had a lot of really bad health problems, but her birthday is this weekend. Happy birthday. Yoda Tsuji, New Japan, happy birthday. Sarah Logan.
Oh, nice.
I know Crazy Mary.
Shout out to the Riot Squad.
Yep.
Yeah, shout out Riot Squad.
there you go.
We're big fans here.
Always comes around. Always comes around.
Can't throw that shirt out, man.
Yeah. And then
Hang on, wait.
there is another person, and it's actually an interesting topic of conversation. So Drake Younger celebrating a birthday. Happy birthday. He very controversial figure, but he actually, I guess, apologized, and people are booking him now. I mean, I don't, there's only certain people who should not come back. It's quite obvious. But honestly, the end of the day, I'm not gonna go on, but those are the birthdays. So, but definitely happy birthday to Sam. So, yay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those were birthdays. Yeah. Man, something that I thought was interesting, speaking of like Trevor Murdoch, is did you know? So NWA is now changed again where they're airing their stuff. And
it's on like Roku TV or some shit like that.
It's on Roku TV. But what happened to the back catalog? Where did it go?
That's a good point. I have no idea where the old stuff is.
Yeah, because I do know that I had paid for Hard Times, the one that we went to, and it was on Fight. Now it's like vanished. I'm like, can you warn a person before you're gonna do that? I mean, I'm surprised that they haven't given it to like High Spots Network or someone like that, but I don't know. But I hate that shit. But yeah, they're moving around again. So
yeah, that shit always annoys me. All the streaming shit, it all comes and goes as you want. So I've gotten a lot more into like buying physical stuff. I just bought that new Dirty Work DVD, the new Blu-ray one. Like,
Nice. Love that movie.
I even went through and pulled out like my old DVDs and started flipping through them to see what they were. And I realized that like well over half of the ones I do have are not on streaming. I was like, God. So yeah, I don't know.
Some of the old ROH ones it's like 50-50 almost.
Yeah.
So some of the ones like the best of like El Generico and stuff like that, some of those matches are not in the catalog, which they should be. But
yeah.
I think most of it's obvious anyway, right? Like if anyone paid attention to Sirius XM when that came out, right? What was the whole draw behind them, right? Oh, commercial free radio, uncensored, do what you want. And look at what it is today, right? It's completely monetized with ads and covered and all that shit. And that's what the shtick was with, Disney Plus and Netflix and all that shit. It's like, oh, we're commercial free and you pay a price. And I knew I saw that shit coming a mile away. I mean, my 11-year-old just the other day, because we finally had to downgrade our Netflix. He's like, oh, Netflix is ruined. I said, why? He's like, it's got commercials now. It's like he went 11 years without experiencing commercials on Netflix. Like, and he realizes how bullshit it is. And to your guys' point, like, for instance, I'm a How I Met Your Mother fan, right?
yeah.
I have Paramount Plus. CBS owns Paramount Plus. How I Met Your Mother's not on there, but it's on Netflix. But why isn't your shit on your streaming service? Like all of your shit should be on your streaming service. But hey, let's license it out to somewhere else so we can attract customers to this site. And also, it's fucking dumb, man. That's what the whole the WWE going to ESPN and Netflix and SmackDown's not on any of them, and they're on the CW. It's like it's fucking dumb. It's all dumb.
Yeah. I noticed they were heavily trying to promote ESPN on the bits of Clash in Paris that I saw. And I was like, but then you also had, I guess, Stephanie McMahon somewhere in an interview had said, oh yeah, are you get a VPN and watch it, and watch the international Netflix. I'm like, did your
it was a I believe it was a standard ad read for a VPN on her own podcast.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think that's something that we've talked about with the McMahon family for years.
Yeah.
It's the lack of awareness. when it comes to what they do. You know, there's an easy way to do a VPN ad and not bury your own business.
Yeah. But I think most of the people already feel very priced out of all the shows and things like that. So I honestly would think that, you know, I mean, I don't know really who this benefits at all. I mean, because Disney owns ESPN. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
they're not losing, they're not hurting for money. Let's just say that. But
Yeah. No, I mean, the other thing too is it was funny. I was kind of on the phone with Kev a couple days ago, and I was talking about even the MLB network and some of the issues I have with the blackouts and stuff. And he's like, "Well, if it is on your local stations, they won't play it if it's on a local station. Also, if you're too close to the game, they won't play it." And there's all these things. And it's like, I was like, this is why I feel justified for complaining about the ESPN stuff. And I was like, because I don't like when other people do it either.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Yeah.
Nicholas coming through. Hey, how's it going, buddy? Someone even brought up there's all like, you know, the NFL split between a whole bunch of different streaming services and things. And I was like, yeah. And I stopped watching the NFL a while ago because it was hard for me to find the games. If it is too difficult, I don't believe in fans having to hunt the product. I believe in things being available to the fans that want it. You know, like I can't stand the argument of, hey, you might accidentally be paying for it already. That's a horrible argument.
That's horrible.
The ESPN move, because they keep going like, well, if you have the cable, you can do this. Now the big argument is it's cheaper to get a 10 and then just stream everything realistically, illegally, right? Like that's the whole point of the VPN is so you can lie to the streaming services and get a product that they're not making available to you. You know what I mean? Like that's the whole premise there, which is fine. I'm a tech guy. I don't have a problem with VPNs in essence. But I'm not going to go get a VPN subscription to avoid what we're doing to our services here, right? Like, I mean, even it's really funny because Surfshark or something like that is sponsoring all the WWE podcasts right now, all of them, a bunch of them. So when you listen to them, they all have promo codes. Here, get this VPN. Having a hard time watching programs you don't want to get? Use this VPN. And you're like, that is kind of funny that you guys are trying to give the fans a workaround. But that's not on me to work around your stuff. Make it available to me. I just want to be able to turn on this stuff. Like, it was funny you mentioned Sam Roberts. I told him, I was like, I don't want it to be difficult to watch. When it starts to hunt down, I was like, I miss when it was cheap and easy to watch wrestling. And he was being smart ass. And he's like, when do you think that was? And I was like, when I had the WWE network and Hulu. It was $15 a month for the two of them. You know, Hulu was fucking like $6 at the time. And it had Raw and SmackDown and NXT the next day. And then the network had all the PLEs. And I was like, and that was cheap and easy. Yeah, I missed a few matches in the Hulu stuff. Their edits weren't great. They weren't perfect. I didn't catch literally everything. But I could watch the majority of it without having to hunt it down. But the idea that SmackDown you need cable for, CW app for the NXT, Netflix for Raw for now, ESPN for all the PLEs. It sounds like the archive is staying on Peacock for at least a little while. Peacock's also going to have Saturday night's main event. It's going to have all the NXT PLEs. And it's kind of like, I don't want 6 or 7 apps for one show.
Yeah.
Right. Realistically, it's one thing when it's like I have 6 or 7 apps because Dexter's on Paramount and Raw's on Netflix, and then Peacock's got the late night shows we like and Saturday Night Live. Like if I'm getting them because they're just spread out, that's one thing. But if I'm trying to watch one program, trying to watch my one wrestling, now I have to make sure I have all these apps. And for what? Someone else was all like, well, the ESPN deal's not that bad because you get a lot of other stuff. No, you don't. If you don't have ESPN now, if you don't have ESPN now, it's because it has nothing you want.
Right.
Everyone who has ESPN is like, oh, this is great for me because I already have it because it has the stuff I want. Well, the rest of us who have no interest in getting into F1 and MotoGP has no point. You know what I mean? Like it's just.
Am I too cynical to think if TKO had a TKO streaming service for let's say $19.99 a month, right? So $20 a month, you get every single thing that they offer, right? Every single thing, because they typically don't compete with each other, right? Even their off shows don't compete with each other. Their pay-per-views definitely don't compete with each other. So if they had that, right, would you purchase that? And
because
watch
then I would have all the
your
UFC with it. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I watch enough that I'd be like, yeah.
the idea behind not creating that is that you're losing market share elsewhere, right? But if you have that for your, let's say, diehards and cord cutters, then that's the echo chamber that you need to keep your baseline, right?
Yeah.
Still make the deals to broadcast otherwise, but to your point earlier, don't black out Raw because USA is available in my area. No, let me get it here because I'm the diehard who wants to watch just this. Introduce new people who are on CBS to your product. Tell them about your app, and if they cancel, they cancel. If they don't, they don't. Like that's the thing. They try to like squeeze every piece of market share from every single space possible. We don't have fans who are watching ESPN, then let's go to ESPN and get some of those fans too. Well, you're inconveniencing people like me, and we talked about this. I believe it was on episode 1. On this show, we have that phrase. We have other ways to watch, right? And it's even easier to not invest in these new ways to watch because we have other ways to watch. And you know how many apps we need to open to watch it other ways? 1.
Yeah.
I open one app and I go to a file and I found it. That's it. All that searching I got to do for that other shit and other apps I got to open and hope it works, right? How many times, remember when Peacock, they switched to Peacock right before WrestleMania. They had like a week to figure it out. But the nightmare that was coming up, it's like, come on. So that the fact that they spread themselves so thin, trying to grab customers that they don't have, they really do turn off customers that they do.
Well, I think that it's not even a customer question. I think that it really boils down to they're trying to make their $40 billion back right now. And I think what they're risking is losing perpetual 40 billion. You know, you could make 5 billion a year. I mean, that's 8 years. That's a long time, right? But if you're making 5-6 billion a year for the next 7-8 years, and then you go green, then you can keep it perpetually going and make more in the next 10. You know what I mean? You can double down, but they want to double down now. We have a really shitty system that has created need and desire, or what's perceived to be the need for large companies to do massive layoffs. And it's because they have to have record-breaking quarters every quarter, or you're a failing entity. We have not allowed for the times in like 2008 and the times in the 1920s and 30s where companies would push money back down into its people to try and get it to stretch as far as they can. Now it's, well, if we don't have record-breaking profits, then we are a failing industry, as opposed to having just a little less profits this year than that last year, you know?
Well, that's the thing. They create an echo chamber of economy within their business, right? ESPN signs WWE, or let's go Netflix, right? Netflix signs a deal with WWE for $1 billion a year. Now it's up to WWE to generate that $1 billion in ad revenue. And whatever they can't create in ad revenue, they force to the consumer. That's why ticket prices are higher. So because WWE makes that deal, it affects us. And that's, like you said, that's the bullshit of it. Like, they're choosing to make that deal. Good on them to get that money up front. But to recoup those costs to Netflix, this is what needs to happen. And that's bullshit. They have to prove their value that way. It's not my fault you signed a $5 billion deal. Don't push that on me. You know, and it never works the other way around. I said this about the NBA. A couple of years ago, they put patches on their jerseys for ad revenue. I was like, cool, so ticket prices are going down? You're getting increased ad revenue, so ticket prices going down. No, you're not going to drop ticket prices. You're not going to offset ticket prices for the fans who want to go to games. You're just going to make more money on real estate of a jersey. That's bullshit, because it still comes back to us as a fan, because they look at all those little things as different entities. Here's our marketing budget. Here's our concessions budget. Here's our ticket budget. This is what it costs to do these things. They do nothing as a whole business to offset the cost for the consumer, ever. I don't know if it's just an American thing with capitalism, but it's the one thing I fucking hate, is that it always comes down to us and how we have to invest our, not just time and interest, but our money to make sure that that thing still exists. It's bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, it's happening with WWE. Like you said, ticket prices are higher than ever. I told you, they're coming around the corner in early November. The worst tickets in the whole thing are $150.
No, shut up.
I spent $120 to be sitting behind Pat McAfee, front row, the SmackDown before Money in the Bank, like what, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like 120 to be front row, and now 150 to get in the building. It's ridiculous. And it's like you said, there's ads on the mat. There's ads on the turnbuckles. There's ads on the fucking tables. You know what I mean? We have fucking fireball ladders in the middle of Money in the Bank.
And
You just signed a...
table says Slim Jim on it. That's crazy.
Every single table says Slim Jim. They're all Slim Jim tables now.
And if you
have...
listen closely, though, it kind of sounds, when the table's breaking, it sounds like the snapping of a Slim Jim. I'm just...
Don't give me that.
Observation.
I can't believe you did that for them. Yeah. But yeah, they're making more than ever. They just made a $40 billion deal. ESPN's going to spend, or not 40 billion, ESPN's going to spend a few $1 billion now to give you to take all your PLEs. That doesn't mean like, okay, now that we've recouped that, now the prices can go back down. Ticket sales have been dropping for them because people can't keep going.
Right.
No.
But
So,
whatever.
yeah.
I mean, I think that, and the thing is this, we watched Clash in Paris. Did that feel in any way like a device that would make you more inclined to spend an additional $30 a month to continue to get that?
No.
Because I look for it for free.
But that's just it, is I'm not going to be doing that. I'm not the kind of person who fights to stay a fan. I'm not the kind of person who fights to be your friend. We either are in this together or it's me swimming uphill, and I'm not going to do that. Swimming uphill is very hard.
Especially if there's no water.
There's none.
No,
Well, I
it's why I enjoy doing the show with you guys, is because the barrier of entry with my time to do this by myself is so exhausting and complicated, and there is no reward. So if the thing I'm going to invest to do my show is as complicated and as exhausting, and I got to pay for it, to have no net positive in my pocket, fuck that.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I'd rather just come here with you guys and fucking complain about it, because fuck,
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where I guess I'm lucky in the sense that what I really kind of want to watch on WWE right now, I'm not really affected. So, la-di-da for now, but that's going to change. But I think that it's more of when you add all this other bullshit in, that it's like, okay, when do you just say, okay, hold on, this is enough? Like, it seems like someone every other week has a new shirt. And I'm like, and they're getting bad. So it's getting into that pro wrestling tees, like aesthetic of bad, where everyone.
Some of these shirts are awful. All of Becky's graphics are terrible. Her shirts are awful. Her music's no good.
Oh yeah.
Like it's been so easy to not spend money on that. Dude, I went to a Padres game like last month. I spent more in one day at that Padres game getting cool shit for me and my dad than I realized that I had spent on anything WWE in the past like 2 or 3 years.
Wait till a good Survivor Series. Because I will tell you, any of the cool shit. Now, this is where like Money in the Bank, I wished I had gone earlier instead of flying in, that doing the 1 day thing, because I missed out on like the Cena jerseys that looked like Dodgers jerseys. They were
That's
gone.
not a miss.
Well, I wanted one, but I bet you there'll probably be a Padres one, okay? And if it's not brown, then I don't know. They need to have, or they need to fucking dress the fucking Friar up as fucking John Cena. Okay, I will buy that. Fucking take my money. Okay, take my damn money.
No, I haven't spent money on WWE merch since I went to WrestleMania 40, except there was SummerSlam merch on sale from the one I went to in Detroit. So I was like, okay, $8 hat, $8 t-shirt, because nothing's $5 anymore. Those days are gone. So all these $8 merch things, I was like, fuck yeah, I'm getting those because I was there. Other than that, though, like, no, I didn't. I can't. Like you said, there's nothing there. I remember when I saw the day one ish shirts from New Day, I was like, this is fucking amazing, right? And then the OG Bloodline shirts, they're awesome. And now Roman has a new Tribal Chief shirt every week.
Yes.
Jay Uso and Jimmy Uso, their shirts keep changing every fucking week.
Yeah.
Like the Yeet, now he's got Yeet shorts. Like it's.
I want those. Those are kind of
well,
cool.
I do too, but just wait a week and they're gonna change again.
Yeah.
And I get it. Like it's marketing, all that shit. Like I'll never shit on the ability to go do that, but you have to have respect for your consumer base. You just do. And it's gone. Since the switch to Fanatics, the prices have never been affordable. And they're even now mass supplied from a place that already had the infrastructure. So technically it should be cheaper. But it's just not. And that inconvenience again, and the quality's not there. I don't get it. So I
don't know if you've ever had to work with their customer service, but it's fucking trash.
Oh, just their user interface is fucking disgusting. I can't stand Fanatics. I've never liked their website. And then they got the licensing to NFL and MLB, and I haven't bought anything for that shit either. And they also have the same they have the same infrastructure for lids. So when you're buying hats from lids, it's the same fucking thing. It's the worst user interface. I cannot stand it. So I can only imagine the customer service is dog shit too.
Yeah.
No,
I think they do whatchamacallit again. NHL now too. I think.
You know what they also tell you too, just so you know, and anybody whoever wants to shop WWE know, if you buy anything from the Superstore in person at an event, Fanatics will not take care of any issues you have with that because I got a shirt from there that actually turned out to be folded and stuck, and then I was like, what the fuck is the shirt? And then I realized, and I pulled it, and the screening on it cracked open.
Oh,
so now it's just it was printed incorrectly. It was printed with a fold in it, basically, right? And when I went to Fanatics, they said, since it wasn't bought through our website, there's nothing we can do about it. And I was like, but you sell this shirt for WWE on your site. And they say, yeah. And I was like, I bought that shirt from WWE. And they're like, yep, but that's not a Fanatics issue anymore. And I was like, but that store doesn't exist.
Right.
And they're like, oh, yep, you can't go back and take it back either. And I was like, so you're just telling me I'm fucked. They're like, well, we're not saying that. And I was like, but you're saying you refuse to help me. Like, well, it's not that we refuse to help you. And I was like, but you're not offering help. You know what I mean? It's a product you sell. This is the product you guys made. You put in that building. I bought it. It has an error. And your response has nothing to do with us. They're like, had you bought it through our website? And I was like, but it wasn't available immediately on the website. And I was in person. You know what I mean? They're like, yep, you fucked up by getting it in person is what they ultimately. And so like, bullshit.
Well, that's why when you get things in person, you gotta I learned this the hard way seeing a boy band. Won't say who, but yeah, you gotta really look at it before you walk away because no one's gonna fucking help you. So that's why, like, when I went the 2 times, this is what pissed me off about Vegas was they really were very lazy about replenishing things. And I'm like, come on. I know you have fucking 10 million goddamn John Cena WrestleMania the last time is now shirts. I know you do. How come there's none? You cannot tell me that you already blew through your stock of extra large. Yeah,
there's no way you don't print more of those to begin with.
You can't tell me that. I mean, now if it was like 3X or 4X, yeah, I'd understand if you blew through it, but not that. You know, I mean, I don't know, but it's like you definitely have to look. I think the cheapest thing now at a superstore are those like reusable grocery bag things.
Yeah,
they don't even have bags. If you want a bag,
the worst part about all their pricing too is they include shipping in the pricing when you get it in person.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like on the website, it's $28.99. In person, it's $38.99. And you're like, why is there a $10 shipping fee for this? Like, I'm getting in person, it should be the same cost.
Well, actually, you know, when I bought at Stand and Deliver, when I bought my Ricky Stank shirt, it actually was the same price on the website.
That's good.
I was just mad that I should have waited because that weekend it went 30% off, and I'm like, God damn it! But you know, I had to have it now, so. That happened.
When we went to SummerSlam, we got my son's Cody Rhodes shirt and necklace in person, and my wife got something too. But I was in the Superstore on the app, Like,
Mhm.
okay, you want a Rey Mysterio mask? How much is it? It's $75 here. Oh, it's $35 on the shop.
We'll get it on the shop.
We'll get it on the shop. You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I've never, even at WrestleMania, like,
Yeah.
okay, this is a WrestleMania exclusive. Yes, I'm buying the Rock shirt that says finally the Rock has come back to WrestleMania. I have that. It was a night one exclusive. I have it. I'm cool with that. $40, $50, whatever that was, I got it. I bought my
Figure
son the World Heavyweight Championship, right? It was the first WrestleMania that one was on. I bought him that belt. I could have got it cheaper on WWE Shop or Walmart, but you know what? The memories associated with being there, I'm cool with that, right? So, like, there are some things you'll make the sacrifice for, but at the end of the day, like, again, it's same thing with the ticket prices, same thing with the streaming services. If you're not willing to take care of your customers, don't make it more difficult for me to be a fan. If you want to make it more difficult for me to be a fan, I can definitely invest my time elsewhere.
All I know is next time when I go to No Mercy coming up, I'm going to spring the money for the signed NXT, that poster. I bought the one that was unsigned because
Sure.
I didn't have a tube, but this time I'll bring a tube and whatnot. But no, but like this shirt I got from, I don't know if y'all can see it, but this one from Money in the Bank. This one was cool. They never put it on the website. And I was like, wow, that's cool.
Nice.
LA logos and ladders. That's kind of cool.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like,
the stuff that's for there. I mean, it's like you said too. That's the funny thing about, wait till Survivor Series, because I know I'm going to go out there, and if nothing else, I probably won't even get into the show, but I'm going to go in there and see what kind of San Diego merch they have, and I'm going to pick.
I'm
a bunch
probably
up.
not going to go to
I've
the
been
show
putting money
either.
aside.
Yeah, unless I like wait to see like what.
I thought
like,
you already got to take. Oh, you got to take it for SmackDown, huh? You said you bought a ticket for something that
For
weekend.
October 17th, the day before my birthday.
Oh my god.
I have a ticket for that, which I was like, oh yeah, that's gonna be John Cena's last time in San Jose. So I'll pick up because I'm pretty sure Bailey will have a shirt. So I will pick up
Bailey
one.
San Jose shirt. I'm into.
Yes, I will get you one. And Fatu definitely will have his own shirt there.
I know. I want
That's
the Fatu San Diego shirt.
Do you see the stupid shirt he has out right now?
Which one?
No, which one's got?
F around and something. It's dumb. It's fucking dumb. It says Fatu going down, and it's F around something.
Yep,
He's got. Oh, they finally have a Yada Amin one, which is nice. Post to post, coast to coast.
They've got two of them now.
2 Yada Amins.
Yep. I do like the one that. Really
F around and try us.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really like that one.
Honestly,
I like him the sweatshirt.
It's bad.
Yeah,
But that was the first thing I thought of when you guys said how shitty and simple the shirts are right now, because that's literally that right there.
He's got one that says F you. F all them up.
Yep. That's very lame.
Awful.
That is lame. That is lame.
And part of it, right? Like that's, again, we were just talking about that, like the merchandisation of what is happening. He doesn't need that. Specifically, Fatu doesn't need that. Mm-hmm. His Samoan werewolf shirt is fucking dope. Yes, you can branch out and squeeze out your customers or the fans of Fatu, but he doesn't need gimmick style shirts like fuck around and find out. He needs I'm Fatu, the Samoan fucking werewolf. He's badass enough, right? Yeah. And I completely understand the Cody ones, right? His stupid fucking symbol. Every time they change that, it looks dope. When he did the ice cold one, my son has the flame one. The flame shirt's fucking amazing. I love it. So I want one for myself. It's badass. But when he changes that logo, it looks dope. He put a Christmas one in there. It's going to be dope. Like, I get that. That works. That makes sense. But it's Cody specific thing. So like, but to do, he doesn't say fuck around and find out. It's not needed to be associated with him. He has his own catchphrases with his own character and his own gimmicks. Don't squeeze us. Make it special to him.
And then Penta shirts they all look the same. The only ones I think are cool are the ones that look like his like little catcher's chest piece that he wears. Those are the only ones I think that are cool. Everything else, it's like.
You're talking about the LA Knight ones?
No, I'm talking about Penta.
Penta's got a chest style shirt?
Yeah. He's got two of them. One's red and one's black. black tank top and a black tank top.
It looks like
It's
chest.
a Pro Sphere black Penta in ring t-shirt.
Oh, the Pro Sphere shirts are sick.
Yeah,
A lot of
those
the
are
ones
cool.
have really cool designs. They're just
Yeah.
so fucking expensive, and they never go on sale. That's why I don't have any.
$45 is not that expensive. That's how much I paid for the fucking Murder Grandpa Hello Kitty one. But the
All right, then
shipping,
buy me a dozen of these, then, huh?
buying a dozen of them. Why do you need a dozen Pentagon shirts?
No, I don't need a dozen Pentagon shirts, but I need a dozen Pro Sphere shirts. They got a badass LA Knight, couple of them.
Oh, I know. LA Knight has a couple of really fucking good ones.
They got
I
good ones
really
where it
do
looks like
like-
it's the best. I like how they're using the
I love
knight
the
from
fucking
chess.
the one of him crossing the Delaware. I fucking love that. Don't
Oh,
ask
that one's
why.
fucking funny.
That one is fucking hilarious.
That one is
I was
fucking
like,
funny.
that one was great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's a Pro
Shout out
Sphere
to
one.
Delaware.
And it's fucking
I'm
Pro
like,
Sphere, and you
hey.
said those are cheap, so get it.
Yeah, but I need to get other things. Well, first of all, I need to calm down about wrestling tickets because I just spent like $590 on a ticket.
On one ticket?
So,
Oh,
This,
did you for that?
no
Yeah.
mercy.
so I
Front
just
row hard cam.
that's dope.
And I asked, am I getting anything? Do I get a cookie with it?
Nice.
Do I get to
No.
fucking lean over and fucking
I think you
like,
get to
can I
keep the
jump
chair.
barricade when Ricky wins the belt and fucking give him a hug? Probably not. No. But fuck, for that kind of money, I'm like, come on.
Are you front row or second row?
I'm front row. Front row hard.
All right, tell him where you're going to be and say you're expecting a hug.
He knows. He knows already. I said, you gonna bring me my trunks?
Fucking reaches in his trunks, pull out other trunks, hands it to somebody in the front row.
Yeah.
What was that?
What the fuck? Yeah. Yeah. People talk about green shirt guy. There'll be a what Ricky Starks girl. Like he fucking pulled something out of his fucking shorts and gave it to her. What the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just looked at the shop. The Jacob Fatu page reminds me of when us as podcasters would create like a fucking
Yeah.
Spring or whatever it is. It's like, oh, I'll click all the options. People who
Yeah.
want a Tumblr, like why are
Yeah.
there like 7 Jacob Fatu golf shirts?
So many golf shirts, dude.
Yeah.
How many Jacob Fatu fans are playing 18 holes?
I
I
don't
don't
fucking
understand. I don't understand. Why is it even an option? He has 114 items that you can purchase. I
Yeah.
get every auto. Yes, put all of his autographs up. Do it. Just do it. But other than that, like, why? Again, there's like 7 polos. For what? 1, 2, 3, 4,
You know who has ugly
5,
shirts?
6. So stupid.
Yeah. Braun Breaker has fucking shitty shirts. And shitty
They've not
merch.
given him anything to work with. Well,
No.
no, I'm not saying that they haven't given him anything to work with. Nothing he's been saying feels like that's usable. You know what I mean? Like everything that they have working with him as far as even kind of catchphrasey or merchandisey stuff, every one I see of him, I'm like, ugh, lame. You know what I mean? It just doesn't feel clever right now. A lot of it doesn't feel clever. Even the creative doesn't feel that clever.
No. He's
Like-
got a Fear the Spear shirt. I believe like 3 other wrestlers had a shirt like that. I believe.
Yeah, they all have spears.
10 polo shirts for Jacob Fatu.
How does he have 10? And they all look the same?
Polo shirts.
Oh, yeah.
Polo shirts for Jacob Fatu. A
I
guy who
don't-
barely wears a shirt when he goes to the ring. He cuts all of his up so he can show his nipples. He barely wears shirt, but hey, we got polos just in case. So-
There's some things that shock me. I'm like surprised they never made a sarong. You know, I mean, not
Dude,
like
all the fucking little phone chargers and car charging ports and all that shit, they just put the one graphic of everybody on.
Yeah.
no,
Braun
it's-
Breaker has
it-
105 items you can buy from.
yeah,
So stupid.
no. Okay, Phil Brooks sells 273 pieces of shit. Let's go there. His shirts are all so fucking generic. They all look the same. They all have the same bullshit on it. You know, I get it. You're from Chicago, okay? I get it. You think you're the best in the world. I get it.
The front page to the website has the best Chicago shirt out there. Cena's fucking Cubs shirt. That's amazing. I love
Wait,
that.
I didn't see that. Hold on.
It's really
Yeah,
good.
Oh,
it's
that
on
is
the front.
cool.
yeah.
That is
It's
cool.
perfect. That's the best Chicago shirt on there. CM Punk can't compete with that.
No.
That's a better see. That's better than any.
No.
It makes you wonder why he's never used the Cubs logo.
You know?
Right.
You
I mean,
know,
because there's a
very
big
good
C
question.
in it.
Very big.
Yeah, throw an M Punk there and you're good.
Yeah.
I don't think he goes to the Cubs games anymore because you know who used to go with. I'm just saying that could be part of it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, maybe that's why. Maybe because he associates the Cubs with fucking Scotty Goldman.
Well, it happens.
All right, but hold on. Well, I mean, we're an hour in and we haven't talked about anything.
Oh,
We're
no,
surfing
no,
the
no, no.
We
net.
talked about everything. Are you kidding me?
You're having a lot of shit. speaking of Chicago, okay. So word on the street says that Phil's old lady
Yeah.
is going to be there.
It's not word on the street. It's obvious TV math.
Wow.
Also, the WWE shop confirmed it.
How do you know that? How
Yeah,
do you
I'll
how
pull
did
it
they
up.
confirm? How did they
I think they pulled down the tweet once they realized.
well,
But someone had asked. Oh, it's okay. What the fuck? How did I end up on an Arabic website?
Damn VPNs.
Not this good at VPNs. Someone had asked, how am I supposed to... Oh my fucking God. What is happening here?
A Zia
Hey.
Lee shirt is $13. Why is it not
I know.
$4?
yeah. That doesn't make sense.
Get rid of it. She's
Does
in
not.
TNA.
It does
Let me
not make
see. They had said, well, I'll just tell you the thing while I find the exact wording of it. But someone had said, I'm so excited to see, I don't have a shirt to wear to the Chicago SmackDown
Mhm.
because I don't have like my AJ Lee stuff. And they said, yes, we're all very excited about AJ Lee's return. We promise there's going to be fire merch up soon.
Wow.
Like, yeah.
Oops. Well, you know what I got out of that fucking thing on Monday. I'm gonna say this. Okay. Personally, if my old man had a problem with Phil, okay, and I knew it, Becky
Oh, here
missed.
it is. Oh, wait.
You find it?
I think they pulled down their response and they said something else.
Oops. God. Nothing can be a surprise anymore. Nothing.
Yeah, it was deleted. So they said, someone said, hey, WWE shop, where's the AJ Lee merch? What am I meant to wear on Friday when I watch SmackDown? Normal clothes? And WWE shop responded with, hey there, of course we wouldn't expect that. With AJ Lee's return to the ring, we are looking to have some fire emoji gear, hopefully in time for Palooza. Be sure you're signed up for emails. Get the latest updates on new live inventory. Happy shopping.
That's fucking hysterical.
They did a little Ask Grok. Was this a real response or was this AI generated? And the Grok response was the response from the WWE shop and screenshot was real, but has since been deleted, according to the reports from SE Scoop, Sportskeeda, and other wrestling news outlets. Seemingly spoiled ages from her. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Well.
So yeah, WWE shop had responded to someone saying, "Oh yeah, she's coming back. It's going to be dope."
Wow.
That person's fired now.
I loved every second of that.
That's
I know.
great. That's great.
Well,
It
because
would have been hilarious if fucking PWT's trolled in there.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Just do AJ Mendez shirts.
Yeah. You can make your own in 1 hour in Chicago. There you go.
But I'm wondering, so we've had this complaint about Triple H, and
Mm-hmm.
the fact that this story isn't even subtext.
Yep.
Like, to have that much Becky, if all it was the uppercut in Paris and no other Becky, you still get the tingling AJ's coming. But to have a full 8-minute promo or however fucking long it was, with Becky doing most of the talking and then putting hands on CM Punk even more. The worst hands of all time, by the way.
Well, it was
So
Three
stupid.
Stooges. You know?
Yeah, it was the worst. It was the
I'm
worst.
like, I'm like sitting at home like, bitch, do you know how much money I would love to be in your position right now?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm like, oh, like I'm raging. I want to, next time I see you, Becky Lynch, I want to knock you the fuck out. Like, are you fucking dumb?
You had your chance. Right.
Oh, I'd be at closed fists. I don't care.
Did you guys notice, and then we'll get back to it, during the Nikki match at Paris, I couldn't believe how much, like the match was okay. It wasn't half bad. There was some really big whiffs. But there was one spot where Nikki's holding Becky's head and giving her elbows. And Becky starts doing her arms like this, just like windmills. Yeah. Like you do in gym class and middle class, windmills. Yeah. And then Nikki later on grabs her by the head and starts hitting her head on the post. She again starts doing windmills. Like, what part of that looks reasonable or believable? Why wouldn't you, at the very least, grab her, like, her wrist? So it looks like you're trying to get out of it or you're trying to block. This whole windmill thing is because that's what happens when someone gets punched. They go, whoa, like the Three Stooges, fucking whoa, whoa. And then when they were hitting her head on the fucking tables, she was going like this. She wasn't even getting her head down. Yeah. Like I was like, I thought the idea was to go all the way down, but she wasn't. She was meeting it way before and coming back up. Yeah. It was just so fucking off. I was all like, what is going on with her?
Yeah, so I usually protect Becky. Oh, sorry, you cut out. I usually protect Becky, and you can't really do it in this match. But the only thing I'll say is Nikki worked way too fucking fast. Yeah, Nikki, she seemed nervous and worked way too fast. And I think specifically the table spot between the two announced tables. There's no way for Becky to stay on pace with whatever the fuck Nikki was doing with her head. They were moving so fast between both tables. I was like, this just pick one. Please just fucking pick one. Yeah. Because this isn't doing anything for anyone. You know, and that spot where Nikki, does her kick off the middle turnbuckle, Becky's selling the move before that, and Nikki just goes. And shouts to Nikki, she whiffed. She laid down as if she was the one that took damage from whiffing. And then Becky got in offense, and then they got to where they were going. So, like, that was cool to recover like that. Yeah. So I do think Nikki worked way too fast in that match. But the match was fucking dog shit. I don't know why you said it wasn't half bad. I couldn't stand it.
Because I've been watching a lot of Io and Kari, which is they're bad.
Yeah, it's easily the worst Becky match I've ever watched. And I just felt bad because I literally said before the match started to the missus, she's like, do you think Nikki would ever blah, blah? I was like, well, she was supposed to have the match with Liv. She got forced into the Battle Royal, and she really hasn't embarrassed herself since she's been back. So maybe she could get a retirement run to, like, kind of just get the send-off because she deserves it as far as what she's meant to wrestling as a whole, right? She's a big brand. She means a lot to the WWE. I've never liked anything she's done, but I get her status. Yeah. So her status deserves that send-off. Mm-hmm. And then the match happened, and I go, well, maybe she doesn't need the send-off. Like, if it's going to look like this, then maybe she doesn't need it, And Marsh, I'll give you credit. You've been saying it since Becky came back. This has not been the best version of Becky anywhere close to it. Yeah. So Becky's definitely at fault for her part in this match for it not being great. But when you can't have just an okay match with Becky, you got a big fucking problem.
Yeah. And the promos have been just, I don't know who's worse right now, Mercedes Moné or her. I really don't. I don't know. I just don't. It just seems so, like with the two of them, it's like, okay, you were these big deals, and then now both of you, it's like, I don't get it, but okay. And then you have Bayley, who's, just there.
Well, I think to the Becky Sasha point or Mercedes point, AEW doesn't give you scripted entertainment to invest in, right? They give you wrestlers who want to tell their own stories, and if they pull it off like Toni Storm, you can kind of feel where they're coming from. But everyone else, you can't really feel where they're coming from. Specifically, Mercedes, she's really dropped the ball on the microphone ever since she left. She wasn't that good before she left anyway. Yeah. But in WWE, again, we've been calling out the storytelling as much as we can because what they're given to do doesn't seem like it takes a lot of heavy lifting. So if it's only cut and paste and they're not forced to be creative while they're out there, then yes, again, I'm not protecting Becky in this moment. She should be better than this. But if the best counter promo we've had was Tiffany going off script saying, what are you, 0-3 in marriages? Like, then we need other people to step their fucking game up that way.
Yeah.
Becky should be one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, there's been so much that's just also, and like you said before with Triple H's long booking and stuff, this whole Seth and Becky thing has felt forced from the get-go. From no point has the Becky heel turn made any sense. You know what I mean? And she keeps saying stuff that you just kind of go like, okay, like it's this weird kind of backwards thought process on, oh, what if I actually thought this back then? Or what if this had actually happened? Let's just pretend it did, right? To me, the idea, as soon as I gets involved, I was like, oh, fuck. They've been in talks with AJ, and Becky's all like, wouldn't it make sense if it's me? Because every match that she's had, fucking... Was it Mania against Bianca or Rhea? And ever since then, it's been Lita and Trish and Nikki and now AJ. And she worked Lyra for half the year. Like, it's just kind of her. It just comes across as though, and that's why she's getting that Becky Hogan name. And that's all well and good and funny. But there's very much a sense when you're watching anything she's doing that she thinks her shit don't stink. She thinks everything she thinks first draft is ready to go. You know what I mean? Like, you see so much stuff come through and I go, this feels first draft. This doesn't feel thought out. And it feels like it used to be final versions we used to get. And I feel like we're getting draft versions now of what we know they're capable of doing. It's
So
just
is
all
that-
like, well,
Is that because they're not required to invest as much? Because they're bigger contracts on the road less? Or do
I
you
think not only, well, for one, they don't got to win over the fans every night on the road. They just got to do it once a week.
Yeah.
Right? You just got to get the fan reaction one time. I think the fans play along for everything. I think that with like Unreal, like now with all the podcasts, I think that there is a huge sense. The more and more I watch, I feel like they're not trying anymore because they don't feel like they have to, because the secret's out and it's out heavily. You know what I mean? It's like they're not going to try and pretend that any moment of this is any version of real or realistic, right? It's, hey, we all know.
So
And
just
we've
come watch
made-
the show. This is what we're doing today.
Yep.
That's
Come watch
crazy.
us play. That's what it feels like. It feels so much like come watch us play. You know, that's what it comes across. The more and more I catch up on stuff, so I end up watching 2 or 3 shows in a row, and I go, oh, it's why I can't watch NXT at all.
Yeah.
Like, it's unwatchable. It's so bad. And then I see all these people who are these diehard wrestling fans and friends I've had for a long time, blindly just saying it's all perfect and the better it's ever been because the business is more profitable than it's ever been. It doesn't mean the same to me. I was like,
Right.
for one, I'm not a stockholder anymore.
Right.
So I don't give a shit about their business decisions anymore. Like, it used to be cool when I owned stock. I'd be like, oh, this will be good for my stock. But now it goes, I don't give a shit about their stock. You know, I give a shit about watching a product that's fun to watch. And right now it feels a lot like, hey, come watch us play with our friends. And then we go out there and we play and we pretend. And nothing like even the fucking bullshit that we went on about before about Seth's kayfabe injury. To me, that was more like detrimental to their personal lives than it was beneficial for our fucking enjoyment. You know what I mean? I'm getting pretty fucking far away from buying into, as you were talking about, Paul Walter Hauser and his horse shit match. I'm getting real fucking far and away from the amount of fans that just give to the wrestlers the card that says they do this for us. I don't think a lot of them do. I think the vast majority of wrestlers, of deathmatch wrestlers, of Paul Walter Hausers out there are doing it for them. He had a deathmatch on Thumbtacks for himself. The same as Darby Allin jumping off a fucking ladder into glass for Sting's retirement match. That wasn't for us. That was for him. You know what I
Well,
mean? And
with Paul Walter Hauser, because I did see him wrestle Janela, and I don't want to say it was deathmatchy because it really was not deathmatch. But
oh no, this was a newer one, the deathmatch.
Oh, it was a newer one. Okay, but Paul Walter Hauser didn't take some of those spots. Like there was my friend John. He always makes weapons. He had a door he made with mouse traps on it.
Yeah.
And Paul Walter Hauser didn't take that bump. It was Joey.
Yeah.
So it was more like, okay, don't call yourself a deathmatch wrestler or whatever when it's very obvious like Janela carried you through that whole match.
Yeah, once I'm about the last one, I saw some people tweeting out and saying shit like, "This must have what it been. This must be what it was like when like people my father's age were watching Mick Foley for the first time." And I'm like, "No, it wasn't.
No.
This is not like Hell in a Cell. This is like a dumb fat actor who wants to get off on being a wrestler and saying, drop me into the thumbtacks just like Mick Foley."
Yeah.
That's
for himself.
Lost in what we grew up on in the Attitude Era, and even before us, right, in the 70s and 80s. When you talk to someone who's in their 50s and early 60s about what they got to grow up on in the 70s and 80s, there was such an investment in these grandiose characters that you had no access to, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then what we grew up on in the 90s and extremely early 2000s was the emotional attachment to these real life figures, right? What made a 6 foot, 200-pound bald guy so endearing? He got to beat up his boss, right? What made a 6 foot 1, 300-pound crazy guy so endearing is that he almost died every week, and he wouldn't stop fighting, right? That Mick Foley on 3, wiggle your ankle because you're not all the way dead, right? Like,
yeah.
We had this investment like, oh, is Mick Foley going to do it this time? I remember when he wrestled Triple H in Hell in a Cell, and it was like that, well, if he beats him, then he really proves himself to the industry. And he didn't beat Triple H, and I was so fucking upset, right? It was like 2000 or something like that. I'm 15 fucking years old. I don't need to care about some 40-year-old guy. Like, I got a dad, But, like, we were so invested in those things because we haven't seen them before, and we were truly hoping that this story that felt real played out. And to your point, Marsh, there's very few entertainment outlets right now that make me feel something. And the one thing that's definitely not going to make me feel something is someone who's telling me, hey, we're going to put on a show. If you feel, you feel. If you don't, you don't.
Yeah. Yeah. And dude, and when I think about the era of wrestlers who did it for the fans, to me, that was the Attitude Era. It was the Monday Night War because they had to please the fans or they were going to go out of business. You know what I mean? There was a very real fight to survival. How do we make the fans happy? And now the real feeling is I'm going to do what I want to do and the fans will follow. So much so that Nick Khan even said it out loud. Our fans are obsessive and they'll watch whatever we do or wherever we go. That's the ethos that I see in these matches too, where I want to work with who I want to work with and I want to play when I want to play and the fans will follow. And then it used to be, how do we get the fans? Now it's not. Now that's completely overlooked by a lot of the wrestling.
Yeah, I think that the last best fan-based business move that WWE made, and I'm sure I'm wrong about this, but the last fan-based move that they made was having an agreement with Logan Paul. Us as wrestling fans were like, what the fuck is this guy doing here, right? But all of his fans that gravitated, we're going to root for this guy. And if you watch his arc, if you're a Logan Paul fan and you get into wrestling, who do you think the best wrestler in WWE is? You think it's Logan Paul.
Oh, yeah.
Not because he is your favorite social media star. It's because he's that fucking good at doing this. And to your point, Marsh, right? Like, to give the label to the people, like, they do that for us. I used to say that about Bad Bunny, Pat McAfee, even Logan Paul when he first got in there, right? You can see that they're doing this for us because of the amount of hours they put into the craft. But when you're forced into a WWE style of things and you have to fit your athleticism and your work style into what they do, and it doesn't look like shit, Logan Paul and John Cena, in my opinion, had the best match in probably like 6 months in WWE.
Yeah.
It was so fucking good. It was damn near a masterpiece. And for John Cena to do that with someone who's been wrestling for 4 years, who's a supreme athlete, I think we've all known that about Logan Paul. The guy fucking is so talented and athletic. I don't care if you can't stand him. I don't care if you hate Prime. When you look on TV, he is literally one of the best wrestlers in the fucking world. He puts in the work. Probably, number one, from an ego standpoint, he doesn't want to fucking embarrass himself. But he can go do that in AEW as well, right? He can go do that at GCW. He can go do that anywhere the fuck he wants to. But doing it in WWE and forcing himself into that, that narrative that WWE paints to be able to do that, if he didn't do that the right way, he would be upsetting the fans. So go be the best at that. Even if it's for yourself, it's still for us. Because if you put on a WWE, a shitty product in WWE, you're going to hear about it. And I guarantee you, not one person chance you can't wrestle when he's out there.
But I also don't think people say anything about it. Kairi Sane is one of the worst female wrestlers that they have on the roster, and people talk about her like she's a fucking hero. Io Sky sells like a cartoon character. She does the moves, but can't tell a story in the ring. You know what I mean? Like, people will just come along for the ride. Becky's cutting the Becky dog shit promos, and people still chant for her when they're told it's time to chant. You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like it's a for the fans thing so much anymore. I feel like a lot of it is, let's do this for us. The fans will never go away. I mean, I think the fans have been largely taken for granted over the past probably 2-3 years. Once all the fucking big deals started coming through. Once Nick Khan came on, it was, look, like it feels like when Nick Khan came on, he walked in there, was like, you guys have been confused thinking you have to win over the fans constantly.
Right.
Bottom line, fans are going nowhere. It's time that they come along for our ride. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it feels like. I don't fully believe that. I don't believe that the fans criticize in ways that would be justifiable. I don't believe that these people are doing things purely for the fans' benefit. Like, Jelly Roll's not doing it for the fans. He's doing it for Jelly Roll.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, I don't blame them. If I could fucking get in there and do that shit, I would too. But you know what's happening is Jelly Roll takes a bump and he lays down in the ring and he hears the fans and he goes, oh, I got the bug. You got a different bug, pal. The other wrestler who got the bug was about earning these big cheers. It was about them going out there and hearing crickets. And that's when they got the bug, is when they knew that they had to keep going, right? Yeah. You went out there for the first time and had a huge ovation and you think you got the bug. No, you got the adrenaline rush of adulation and you want more of that. It's the same thing you get on any other stage. And I like whenever they say, oh, it's different here. It's different. This is live different. Not for these musicians. They get the same shit no matter where they go. You know what I mean?
They
like, it is different.
Bigger, though. They get it like one of those European crowds. That's what they get. So it's a different thing. So, like,
I think I agree with Cena when he says it's different when he goes there because he's home. You know what I mean? This is what he grew up with and on. Also, Cena doesn't do a lot of live acting. You know, he's a screen actor. He's not a stage actor. No. So he doesn't get fan interaction that way. He doesn't response like he did for fucking 20 years. You know what I mean? Like, it's different when he says it's different. But when Jelly Roll tries to say it's different, or Logan Paul, well, not Logan Paul, but like, because I don't think he does anything in front of fans with the boxing. But even then, if he tried to say it was way different than the boxing thing, I would tell him I think he's full of shit too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I'm watching a product that's not for us. We're meant to consume it. You know?
Oh, for sure. No, and I think it's
like the movie The Menu.
Oh, that movie was so good.
So good.
So good. But I do think the Logan Paul part, because I respect what he does in the ring. I think
he's good.
I think he
way.
Understands the storytelling in wrestling, that if he was to feel how the story works and gets the reactions the right way, that feels different than when he goes and boxes Kai Cenat or whoever the fuck KSI, whoever he boxes. I think that does feel different to him because he understands the live performing aspect of, as far as like, this is a wrestling performance to tell that story. Jelly Roll can't tell that story. So he's not getting the ups and downs and feeling the reaction based on his performance. You know what I mean? So I do think again, and I don't think Logan Paul is a good dude. Full stop. Like I find him not redeeming at all. But I respect his fucking wrestling. I truly do. I can't lie. I'm just
no.
not
I know exactly what you mean because that's how I kind of feel about him. I'm like,
yeah.
he's a fit
And
person.
look, I know you can't stand Punk top to bottom, right? I don't care. Period. Like again, straight down the line. There's been zero things on TV where like, you know what, his fans got a point. Never. So like, every single fucking person has the ability to win me over regardless, and that's the thing. Like, so when it comes to, you know, whether it's like, for instance, Bad Bunny, right? I think Bad Bunny, what he did with Damian Priest to get the up and down of the crowd in Puerto Rico. Yes, they were on his side from the beginning, but the way they told that story the whole way, if Bad Bunny was like, hey, it is different in here. He put on a live, artful performance with Damian Priest in Puerto Rico. So I could see if he said it feels different. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's different. No. That totally makes sense. See, like with me, like I'll give people the benefit of the doubt, but you know what? When you cross it. There's only been one wrestler, one that I can go back. I can say that, you know what? You kind of won me over now. And you know who'd be shocked as shit? He would probably be shocked as shit that I said it. But actually, I had said something last time I saw him. Sammy Guevara. That kid was a little fucking annoying piece of shit. You know, and he had that the stupid flippy style, and he was always injuring himself.
Chewing gum like an asshole.
Yeah, little asshole, little shit. But what he did was he finally was like, yeah, it took him to all of a sudden he was a kid, but he changed up his whole style completely and was like, you know what? I have to do that because if I have one more, concussion, I'm done. That's it. It's over. So he knew that. So he modified his style and it actually works better for him, and I
think TJP did the same thing.
I don't like, I still in my mind, he said,
I feel like he humbled himself a bit after he spent like a year or two in MLW and, he kind of leveled himself out, but
but he still sent nudes to fucking underage people.
That's not a good thing.
Yes, it's true.
I'm just saying it's not a good thing. I didn't say it didn't happen. It's not a good thing.
It's not a good thing.
That's not a good thing. No.
That's not a good look. And even like with Phil's case, it's not a good look to be a hypocrite. So when these adults have their children who are like 5 and 6 years old, wearing his merchandise, I'm like, you have horrible morals. What are you teaching your children?
No.
I got into it with my cousin this weekend. He's like, oh, I love CM Punk. I go, he is an awful person.
Dude, it's funny to me too that like you mentioned that about there's nothing that CM Punk's done that you can point at and say that's what his fans are talking about. Because I literally was talking today to Kevlar and I was all like, and I said that exact thing about Punk. I was like, I've never seen a promo or a match with Punk that you can point at or that any fan can point out and say, that's what I've been fucking talking about. That's what I'm telling you here. Yep. This is the one, right? And I was like, but it does feel like every time LA Knight goes out there and cuts a new promo, that it's really easy to point at him and seeing that's why I keep saying he deserves a better spot. There he is doing it again. So much so that fucking Sam Roberts even said on his podcast the other day that he felt like the LA Knight in the Fatal 4-Way was not the sore thumb he thought it might be, and it actually showed off LA Knight in such a way that you think that not only could he be a world champion, but he should be a world champion. Yeah. And I'm like, because that's what I've been talking about. That's what I've been trying to convince him since before he came in. This guy's capable. He's got it. And every time that he does another thing, you can point at it and say, right there, see? You know what I mean? But Punk doesn't have a single one of those where you can say, see?
It's entitlement. It's the entitlement thing. That whole thing with, Cena and what was it, 2012 was it? That Money in the Bank in Chicago when he got the belt and took it away. Yeah. Like it's all mostly like entitlement because it's always like me, I want me. It happened everywhere. Happened to AEW. Probably happened like before he even was anything. And it's kind of like, dude, yeah, okay, you're gonna get worshipped on Friday. I really think that's not, as someone who, like with John Cena, that's his last one. They've already been to Chicago a couple of times with Cena this year. Some of us are getting screwed out of it. San Jose, yeah, not happening. I'm a little mad about that one. But you and your wife are taking that moment away from Cena, because there's been some great moments of Cena in Chicago. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Call spade spade. But I don't know. But I think that it's going to be boring. See when she comes back, if and when, we'll say that.
That's the thing. I wasn't much of an AJ Lee person anyway, and I think I only actually saw like 3 matches I've heard.
Yeah.
So, because she left as soon as I got back into wrestling.
Yeah.
And I'm not necessarily interested in watching, like Mar said, Becky wrestle another legend who hasn't wrestled in 10 fucking years. Like we don't really need to see that. And to be completely honest, whatever this fucking reminds me of the fucking Kenny Omega Hangman story. Right? I had AEW guys telling me for 2 fucking years, oh, it's long-term story, it's long-term story. No, the fucking guy got injured and they stopped for 4 fucking months. It's not a long-term story. It's stop and start. And that's what they're doing with CM Punk and Seth. It's like they're stop and start. Oh, well, they've never really stopped. Well, they fucking did. Because they're off doing other shit. The fact that Seth Rollins will go a whole Monday standing next to 3 other guys, mention CM Punk's name for 30 seconds doesn't mean they're telling the fucking story. They're just keeping that on the back burner, just kind of simmering to make sure it stays just a little bit hot. But it's not even part of the main course. And I'm sorry, I don't need side quests here. Tell me the fucking story, build the arc, and move the fuck on.
The only with Punk, I think personally, the only start-stop that works for him is Drew McIntyre. That's the only one. Because it can be dead cold and whatever, and then all of a sudden, whoop! Yeah, it's because of Drew. Because,
They did good. Yeah, they did good. But this Seth thing they've been pushing since CM Punk came back at Survivor Series. Since they fucking put that video out of Seth Rollins going the fuck off in the middle of the ring. Ever since then, it's been like, well, Seth and Punk. Yeah. I'm fucking tired of it. And the last thing I need is Becky wrestling fucking AJ Lee. We just don't need it.
Dude, it's literally my biggest issue with it is that it means Becky Lynch is wrestling another older wrestler that hasn't wrestled, had time to have another mid match at best. You know what I mean? Like, remember the entire Lita thing was trash. Fucking Trish's match with Becky one-on-one was awful. And the whole reason of bringing Trish back was because Becky wanted to be the one to retire Trish, not Natty. Natty and Trish, go back and watch it. In the SummerSlam in Toronto, that was the move. That was still the best match that Trish has had since coming back.
The Tiffany match was really fucking good.
I have to watch the whole thing. I watched part of it. I remember thinking it was what I saw I liked.
I just watched Tiffany do everything she could to make sure Trish didn't look like shit. And I respected her so much for that. It was so well done.
Yeah. Because it's just gonna be shitty. People are I'm like, you guys got what you wanted. Okay? Y'all got what you wanted. Phil, you got what you wanted. Again. Yeah. So don't bitch if they want you to fucking bend over and someone at ESPN wants you to take it up the ass. You're gonna have to do it. Okay. So if fucking Dana White's like, yo, dude, I want you in Power Slap, you're gonna have to do it. You're gonna have to do it.
Becky wouldn't be the one hitting them. Those bullshit slaps.
Jesus Christ. No. They need one of those, like the one guy that's like totally like undefeated to come and do it. That would be great. I'm there for that kind of violence. I totally am. And I'm really sad that there was no picture of Gunther chopping fucking Phil with the ripples. I haven't seen one. I'm really sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I'm super fucking over the entire Seth Punk thing. All of it.
I'm over
every time they get near each other, I'm kind of like, ugh.
Yeah.
When at this point, it doesn't even make sense. They grasp at straws and they push it together, but there is no attachment to it.
No.
Yeah.
None.
'Cause again, even the Becky thing, like if you have CM Punk coming out saying you're hiding behind your wife, which fucking LA Knight said on Friday night, it's the same fucking line.
Mhm.
It didn't need to be said again,
Yeah.
you know. But CM Punk saying that on Monday, then Becky again just stays the fuck away. Draw up the drama. Stop putting everything in her fucking face. You're literally giving us nothing to attach to. I'm gonna watch something else. Yes, I will watch it Friday because I have a fucking podcast. But the podcast probably should have been named something else because wrestling really has taken a turn.
I'm
Yeah.
only watching it because
I'm not going to watch it at all. I can't tell you the last time I saw anything from a SmackDown. You know what I mean? It's difficult for me to find. I'm not going to do it. I have looked up most Jacob Fatu promos I can find and a few of the John Cena promos, like when he did we did a watch along for the one.
Well,
But,
last
yeah.
Friday was fucking great. That's all I know. With Logan Paul, I mean, that was great. And I'm tired of people coming to me. Oh, when there was the doctor of punkonomics. I go, no, that was lame. That was fucking lame. Like, that was really lame.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
All the fucking every time at this point, I think the last person to do it and do it right was fucking Elias. Everyone else out there plays VFW heel. They play the fucking I'm better than you and you know it bullshit. I'm richer and more famouser, and your sports team sucks.
Yep.
And that's fucking lame.
Drew doesn't really do that.
Drew doesn't. Drew's a
No.
better heel.
Drew is a
But I'm
fucking
saying-
amazing heel.
Yeah, I'm saying there's a whole bunch of them though. Like fucking all the Becky stuff that was most of John Cena's thing. Like
Mhm.
it's lazy heel work.
Yeah.
Yep.
It is.
Right.
It is. I think that like with Becky, I'm like, yeah, you don't really need to have a belt. I don't know why you have a belt.
That's the other thing. I watched that whole match with Becky and Nikki, and to Marsha's point, I brought up the same thing. I'm like, okay, Becky with another legend. Why did this need to happen? And then again, Amanda, I realized, oh, she's got a belt. I said, holy fuck.
Yeah.
Bailey and Lyra could be here right now, and we got to watch this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a problem.
Mhm.
That's a fucking problem.
Yeah.
And Bailey is, I'm not invested in these promos, right? That Bailey's doing, these vignettes. I'm not invested because I feel like stuff was taken away from me as a fan, right? And now you're trying to force a different story that you didn't have to because you took it away when you didn't have to. And I will support Bailey and however this looks when she comes back on TV. I don't fucking care what the story is. She needs to come back on TV. And when whatever character she presents on TV, I will support that story. But what she's trying to build in these vignettes is something that WWE's trying to put on us because they fucked up.
Yeah.
And it just showed at fucking Paris.
Yeah. I think that I like her vignettes. I do think it's still more that way over production stuff. Like we're hearing the voices in her head. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is
Yeah, so is
regular TV show stuff. You know what I mean? And it goes more to, like I was saying before, that we don't have to try and be any form of believable. You know what I mean? But I do like the idea that she's of the potential of what we might get. Here's what I'm hoping with Bailey. I'm hoping that there's some sort of split personality, three faces of Foley kind of something that she works with. Because I think that she, more than anyone, would be able to pull it off and also have a lot of fun with it. You know what I mean? I think she's clever enough to do that. And so to me, that's what I'm hoping we get, something like that. But it's really hard to say. It does feel like that they're really teetering on the idea of just go back to the first gimmick. And I'm all like, So we'll see what they do with it. But I'm really hoping it's something that she can really do stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I agree. It's unfortunate that the result of what they tried pushed them that way.
Yeah.
Because even what Lyra's doing, trying to get her fucking FaceTime with Adam Pearce on Raw is fucking trash. She was really turning a corner when she was holding that title. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
her character on TV, her promo abilities, her believability was really getting there. Now we're trying to invest in someone who's trying to get FaceTime and prove that she has gravitas. Like, it's reductive, man. It's fucking reductive.
Yeah.
And you know what else? The fucking in Punk's little promo when he said that you guys with your plastic belts talking about Seth and Becky, and it immediately to me undermined his whole story too.
Yes.
If that fucking world title was a plastic belt, I was like, then what the fuck do you care about it?
Yeah. Why do you want it?
Just
Yeah.
had that moment in the middle of the ring, fucking emotional before the Money in the Bank cash-in happens. We see the look on his face when the bell rang and all that shit. And he calls it a plastic title. And to you, the point I really thought you were gonna make, what's that say about every fucking person in the crowd?
Yeah.
Every single person in the crowd, not one of them, well, maybe like 6 of them, are holding a metal title.
Yeah.
The rest of them have a plastic fucking title.
It's
Unfucking
getting more
real.
common now, though.
It's the fucking character awareness that you're going to try to go out there and be this goat of goats, right? That's what CM Punk basically calls himself. Best in the world. At what? Not even holding
Be
your
an
own
asshole.
storyline.
I told you that. Episode
Yeah,
1.
you can't even hold his fucking own storyline.
Yeah. Dude, I just pulled this up. I just saw this. According to Kevin Nash on his podcast. He was talking about Becky Lynch. He said, I think her run's over. He said, I think she's grasping at desperation. I think the business has passed her by. Talking about her Raw promo.
Yeah, no shit.
And
No
it's crazy
shit.
to see that because I keep thinking like I must be wrong, right? And all the whenever I watch stuff and I'm all like, I don't see where she fits in this way. I don't like her as the IC champion. I don't like her as a heel. I don't think this stuff is genuine. And I can't remember the last great match she had. You know, like her fucking big blow off with Lyra was a mess with the
Yeah.
fucking zip ties and shit.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, no, that was just bad. But I mean, you know, now that it's really interesting because I think Phil's a little out of touch with a lot of things. Because what you would say back then, it's a whole different thing now. Because there are more people that have the metal belts than
Right.
and it's funny because everyone freaks out. Like I saw this at WrestleMania this year, saw it at Money in the Bank and in these superstores. People fucking go ape shit over these belts. I saw one guy buy 5. I'm like, what the fuck do you do? You know, I'm like, are you going to defend all 5 of these here right now? Because I'll take all 5 from you, dude. Because, I mean, the guy bought a Cena one. He bought a, I don't even know, but he bought a shitload of them. And each of those belts were at least anywhere between $500 to $700 a pop.
Yeah.
I think one of them he bought was $1,000. But I'm like, what? Yeah. Like I'm like, Phil, do you not realize that? Do you not realize that people are paying $40 for a fucking shirt that you released 13 years ago?
Right.
You know, and they wear it around. And I'm like, you know what? Like, if I see a person, the only one of those shirts that I'll be, you know, that's a badass shirt is the one that actually, if they bought it at that fucking Money in the Bank, the one that actually says best in the world and has the date of that Money in the Bank.
Oh,
I'll give you mad respect. But nah, everyone else has, because it went through, they sold it at Pro Wrestling Tees too in his store. So it's like, dude, generic. You need to get with the times, man. Not everybody wants every wrestler now is straight edge. And don't start saying oh, I was the one who started it all, because you didn't.
Nah,
You know?
honestly, he was even late on that shit. I remember being in fucking middle school, 98, 97, 98, 99 is when I was in middle school. And kids in middle school were saying that they were straight edge. And it's like, well, you don't even do drugs yet. You know what I mean? But that's where the first time I heard straight edge. So when I stopped watching wrestling in 2003 and I saw someone in fucking 2006 or 8 when I turned it back on going, oh, I'm straight edge society. I'm like, oh, well, that's stupid. That was 15 years ago in middle school. So I just don't, he's never been in touch, man. And people eat that shit up. I mean, and shouts to everyone who gives a shit, but you're betting on the wrong horse, man. It's just, he's not good.
I think people are starting to realize that now slowly. He's like a cult leader. He really is.
Yeah.
That's what I'm like, I don't know. People buy your bullshit. They do. And I'm like, I don't, but they do. So I don't know. But yeah, Becky, lame. This whole set thing, lame. I don't think there's anything really main rostery right now, at least on the Raw side, that's okay. Because even fucking the Brawnies.
Not into the Brawnies so much. I love watching LA Knight still.
Oh, I know. LA Knight's great. He's like the only exception, it feels like.
Yeah.
But like Brawnies old.
I said to the family at Clash of Paris, I was like, you know what? Not for nothing, and I love Jey Uso, and I really appreciate his growth and the fact that we have another single star to wrestle.
Mhm.
But if LA Knight was allowed to continue his ascension and do what Jey Uso did, 1,000,000% chance there's as many shirts as there are Yeet shirts.
You know,
And it's a really dropped ball by them.
it's interesting because when I was at Mania, I saw it was more Yeet shirts were on kids, and there were a lot of dudes doing LA Knight cosplay wearing his shit. And I was like, yeah, that's fucking, that's fucking cool. And it's just like, let him have the mic more often.
Yeah.
Just let him have the mic more often.
Dude, I love when he shut down Punk.
Oh, yeah.
That was so fucking good. And then when Punk tried to like finish the whole thing, and you don't talk to me.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
I love that he was shutting it down.
Yeah, I'm like, fucking, this is great. I mean, a lot of it, and I think that he's the only one. The Brawnies are boring. Sorry, you gave Roman issues back. It should be done.
Right.
Well,
and that's
I thought
again,
that was funny. Giving Roman more time off. No, I didn't like the Shula Fala, but I did think it was funny that Roman came back like at SummerSlam. He does one little program to Paris, and then he's got an injury angle, so he's out again for a while. I was like, that dude just needs a lot of breaks.
Well, that's part of my problem, though, right? Like, so again, you have a guy like LA Knight who doesn't get his opportunity, and these stories that they're trying to tell, they throw Jay to help Roman in the beginning of the night, to put him in the match at the end of the night, to show that he's injured and needs help, to get us to Jay and Jimmy getting back together, right? Because that was the last thing on Monday Night Raw was Jimmy over Jay, and Jay going, I can't do this by myself. I need you. Okay, again, if he doesn't say those words and all we see is Jimmy over top of Jay picking him up, what is everyone going to talk about until the next time we see the Usos on TV? Are they getting back together? You don't have to say that. But my point was, you're taking Jay, who's in the main event scene, and you're making a 4-way when it could be a 3-way, because if all Jay did was help Roman, got his ass whooped, and wasn't at the end of the show, then you have more opportunity for LA Knight. You have more opportunity for CM Punk. You have more opportunity for Seth Rollins to show what they're doing. Instead, they get overshadowed by the essence of the Yeet movement right now, which is fine, but not really, because you're getting overshadowed. So if Jay's not there and all his purpose in Paris was to get his ass beat, so on Monday he can try to whoop ass and can't, and then needs Jimmy, you have a simplification of these stories that allow other players in this game to get more fanfare.
Yeah.
And it's a waste of our time, and it's overtelling these stories. We need subtext so we can wonder what's going on to give a shit, but they don't care.
Yeah. I always wonder who's producing what. Because it's like, if there's these consistencies of these weird, storylines and people, and these opportunities, it's like, is it the same people doing this? And do they not realize that they're doing this, or what? Yeah, I always wonder that, because obviously, when you look at AEW, only one person's doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So there's your final boss. Hold on. There you go. There's your final boss.
I love that Jake Hager came out on that fucking podcast and was just ripping Tony a new asshole.
Holy
so
shit.
Funny.
That was great. And I didn't realize until I saw who's interview who was interviewing him. I'm like, damn.
What's funny is half the shit he was saying, as much as I don't even like Tony, half the shit he was saying, I was kind of like, You sound like your feelings got hurt and you're just lashing out. You know what I mean? But I still got such a fucking kick out of it. I don't believe half of what he said, but I'm still like, go for it, dude.
I'll tell you, I believe quite a bit of what he said because you just have to look at it and you're like, yeah, okay, I get it. I see it. But as more and more people leave, I'm waiting for the time where people will start opening their mouths. And you know what? It'd been some time since JK has been gone from there.
It has been.
Yeah.
So he must have had an NDA, which everyone said, oh, no, there's no NDAs. Mm-hmm. Because look at what Ray Phoenix did. Oh, yeah, I can't talk about it now, but when I can talk about it, I'm still waiting. Like, come on.
Yeah, I do wonder what they're doing with all the...
Yeah.
Because the amount of people who haven't said anything, you haven't been in that company for fucking years. It's like, I do wonder about the contracts they signed, but...
One thing, yeah, speaking of which, it's funny, Wardlow, that shocked the shit out of me.
Me too.
That he's
What?
back. He's back.
Oh, yeah, he did come back. Yeah.
And I'm thinking, okay, you were told by Tony Khan during WrestleMania this year, all your appearances, cancel them. He had 3. But he still was in Vegas talking to WWE. So I don't know if it was Tony got oh my God, he's going to go over there. I can't lose another one over there. And did whatever. Because now what'd you do? You threw him fucking in the fucking Don Callis fucking whatever. Like Don Callis has like fucking 40 people now, it feels like.
Yeah, but I'm wondering if he was required to finish out his contract for taking a break for filming the Gladiators thing. Like, I don't know if necessarily he re-signed or anything like that, but I was surprised to see him back up.
I don't know. I thought his contract ended this year.
Yeah, but they've been extending contracts to his point. Any injury... Yeah. Did you see with Danhausen? They just extended...
Oh, yeah, Danhausen. Yeah, it's screwed.
He hasn't been on their TV. Someone looked it up. His last appearance was last for 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And when his contract was coming up, he said, hey, I'm not interested in renewing it. Just let it go. Then they responded with, you need an extra this many months or year or whatever because of your injury time you took off. Time that they didn't book him anyways. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like his injury happened between, like it was after this fucking disappearance and definitely well before his fucking non-reappearance. Yeah. Like it's not like they started booking him now. It's not like, hey, now that you've your contract, we want you here every week. They're still like, don't come in. And it's like, what the fuck is going on over there?
Yeah. I think that with the injury thing, because obviously Ray Phoenix had that whole thing of, you owe me the time. I think that, like, I know in Ricky's case, I'm shocked that he didn't just go, no, you owe me the time because, you injured your neck and but he worked. He was doing commentary. So I would have thrown that back at Tony if you were trying to say that to me. But it is true that, he fucking, wasn't wrestling because it's only obvious why. And I know it's like people don't want to believe that, but you can tell. Especially like when you fucking the GCW thing. That still bothers me because I'm like, he was gonna do GCW, and then you're like, no.
Yeah. Nope. I also wonder if Wardlow wasn't offered anything from WWE. I wonder if he talked to them and they said we're good. Because the other thing is that from what I've been told is everyone who went from AEW to WWE, except maybe Rusev, I don't know about him, all of them took the pay cut to go to WWE. Mm-hmm. They all were being offered much more money by Tony. He tried to keep them all. And they all took the pay cut to go to WWE. And I think people lose sight of that too. The amount of people I've heard say, well, if Tony wants anybody, he'll just open the checkbook and get them. Mm-hmm. Right. But I don't think a lot of these guys could get bought at a certain point. I feel like once you've been there for a number of years, if you want to go, you want to go. and the money doesn't matter anymore because the unfortunate bit is he pays you so much up fucking front.
That you don't need to resign.
You don't need to resign.
You don't. Everyone's like, why can't you be happy? You're getting paid to sit at home. But at the same time, all you're doing is getting older.
I was told by an indie wrestler, I don't want to blow him up or nothing, but it was really funny once. He said, man, I can't wait. He goes, or he's done that. I can't wait. And he goes, man, I would love for Tony to sign me and forget me.
I've heard that from other people too. And sometimes I'm like, I should fucking out you.
I mean, but I also get it. Because it's also, that means it, think about it from the Danhausen perspective. What did he do with those 2 years he wasn't on TV? Merchandise. He didn't get bigger. He didn't train more. You know what I mean? But some of these dudes would take those couple years to really fucking get themselves in the right kind of shape and position. So when the contract's up, they can leverage,
Some of them, but some of them also weren't doing really kind of anything. But it is what it is. The Wardlow thing.
Part of the WWE complaint for some of these guys, like a Moxley, not that I consider this next statement applying to him, is the fact that like they're artists, right? Some of these performers consider themselves artists, and they want to be allowed to perform their art. So if someone's going to be held under, this extension but not be able to perform, it's bullshit. Of course they'd want to leave.
Yeah.
But I also think it's great that some people, they do just kind of make the decision on themselves because their art that they're trying to create, I don't want to say more protect, but a lot of the, newer people that they're trying to create, that they go and they leave. And I think that some people, it did good for them. I think it did great for, I know that people don't like him, but I think it did great for fucking Sami Callihan when he did that back and was like, this isn't what I want to do. And I thought that was great. I'm really excited to see what is in store for Carl Fredericks / Eddie Thorpe. We'll see. I think his first match back on the Indies is this Friday. So I'm kind of excited to see what's going on. So, because he's got a new focus. So that should be great. I wonder if his old lady is going to, pop up on the Indies soon, but we'll see. I think she has to wait still. Dakota Kai.
Yeah.
I think she has to wait still, but I'll be interesting to see too. And then also there's a very interesting one that's coming up. West Coast Pro is doing in Oakland. I'm a little pissed about this one because it's like Oakland A's themed. I'm like, you could have did it last year. Fucking I am bitter. Like, nah. I'm like, and I went to their owner promoter. I said, Scotty, I know you're a San Francisco Giant fan, but you know what? That was really that's really rude. That's really rude. I said, besides, the majority of your fucking fan base are all A's fans anyway. I said, but still, you will not see me sporting that green and gold. Hell no.
Dude.
If I do, I'll have to pull out my Hello Kitty hat. The Hello Kitty A's hat I have.
Oh, that's a good one.
My favorites.
So GCW is going to be in Phoenix in like a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And I think I'm gonna go. They've started announcing some of the matches, but one of them that they've announced is actually Shotzi. She's going to be there, and so I'm thinking it's time to finally get this thing signed.
Yep.
This original art piece of Shotzi. Yep. I was like, I got to go for that. I think.
Oh yeah, fucking love that.
Yeah, and then the next day in LA, GCW has KJ Oro and Sam Stackhouse in a steel cage match.
That's going to be
that's
amazing.
fucking cool.
Yeah,
I don't think I can make it all the way to LA. He used to be Fuego del Sol.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
He took his mask off and he's going KJ.
Those two guys.
That was a pretty cool promo on Twitter.
Yeah.
If you want to see great storytelling, and I know people fucking think of what you want about GCW people, but that storyline that Sam and KJ have built, it's fucking beautiful.
It's awesome.
That's great storytelling right there.
Yeah.
I like the fact that Lauderdale lets people do that kind of shit, which is great.
Yeah. And it's being seen by a lot of people too, but
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm wondering why Janela and Megan Bain were in France this week. Because she signed with AEW ish. I'm wondering if
Well, they were just in the UK, right? The week before. They had their pay-per-view.
yeah, they were. Yeah, they were. But I'm just surprised the timing. But I wouldn't like with her. She's so good, though. Megan Bain is good. She's really good. I like her. But now they have all this some weird shit. They all like that spider lady. I don't know, but that's kind of weird. But I tell you, I am excited. New tag team champs. Brodito. Who would have thought? Brody King and Bandito.
Oh.
I would never have thought that. That was not on my bingo card. But it works. And then they did a 4-hour Death Before Dishonor for Ring of Honor the other day. Why it's 4 hours, I have no idea. I didn't know that they had 4 hours of content to do.
They just do every champion.
I guess. But then, shout out to Shane Taylor Promotions for winning the 6-man tag championship. Finally. The only one who needs, for ROH, the only one who needs gold in that, or a belt of some sort in that faction of STP is Trisha Dora. She's good. So, but I think they're going to be pushing it toward, I think, I don't even know, because I mean, I don't know. I'm still upset about Athena losing to fucking Toni Storm. I'm still upset about that. You had a woman who fucking has been carrying that brand. And no.
Athena lost?
Yeah. She lost. I was like, what the fuck are
They
you
finally
doing?
brought her over to do something on actual
and
TV.
she loses. And I'm like, fuck you, Tony Khan. Fuck two of them.
Brutal.
Dude, that was awful. That was awful. I don't know what was more awful, that or I don't know. Josh Briggs trying to cut a promo with Ricky Starks. It's like, sorry, bro, you got fucking your ass handed to you, and you look kind of dumb. That was this week. Well, 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, yeah.
2 weeks ago. This week was that 4-way with Hank and Tank and the Dark State. I'm like, okay, why do we need a dollar store or Temu version of fucking The Shield, but with an extra person?
Dude, everything about NXT is completely unwatchable. It's all terrible. Every time I watch any of it, I am just upset and I have to turn it off. Or I leave it on and try to do other things. It is so bad.
Well, I can't listen to it live because that just no. But
dude, speaking of that, Michael Cole was fucking up a lot on Paris.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
He keeps calling people by the wrong names. He keeps calling the wrong moves. At one point, Wade Barrett says during the fucking badass Sheamus Rusev match, because it was so funny. I was watching the match. It's really good. Producer lady's here. And I suddenly go, what the fuck? And she goes, are they fucking up? And I was like, no, the commentary is. Wade Barrett, the bro kick comes across. It's fucking spot on. Hits him right in the fucking head. It looks brutal as fuck. And then Wade says, that was the most precise bro kick I've ever seen. I've never seen one so brutal. And he goes, if there's one question that can never be answered, it is how did Rusev kick out of that? Literally, as soon as he says that, Michael Cole said, well, answer me this, Wade. How did Rusev kick out of that? And Wade said, I don't know.
Was he drinking like fucking drunk JR?
It was so fucking crazy. Maybe. I hope.
Well, I think that's where trying to continue to champion what Corey Graves does on commentary is a masterpiece, because when Graves and Cole are together, Cole has no choice but to be a professional. Yeah. Because Corey is outboxing every commentator that we have in wrestling today. Like, I don't, and here's the thing. I've always appreciated Corey's commentary. I think it comes with a level of knowledge from someone his age that we don't get a chance to see. But I never really thought he was great, right? The bar has been set so fucking low that he is fucking incredible when he's out there. I do think he's great. I also think he has room to grow. And right now, to be like the elite commentator in the game right now just goes to show how much they've chosen to fall off into gimmicks as opposed to actually calling wrestling. And I think when Corey and Cole are together, Cole's forced to be a professional.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I think that's the only reason why they still have Corey in NXT is to fucking try to get Booker in line.
Yeah.
Because he tries so hard and he does sometimes. So when he hasn't been there lately, oh my God, I'm like, I feel for fucking Vic Joseph. Like, he's like, oh, great. Here
Get
we go.
rid of Booker, move Corey to fucking main roster and put Saxton down with fucking Vic Joseph.
Yeah.
And just do that.
Yeah.
Make it a very vanilla
Saxton's good.
style. Yeah. Yeah. He's very they're Vic Joseph could be the energy. Saxton can be the vanilla and just lay it out. Saxton knows his wrestling. You know, and he has fun while he's doing it, but he's a professional. And whatever gimmick, and again, the credit I will give JR when he explains what commentary is, I think is the perfect explanation. They make the music, I write the lyrics.
Yeah.
But Booker T goes off beat. He doesn't add to what's going on.
It's not even off beat.
Yeah,
It's
he
like,
makes it about himself. It's a different genre of music. He's trying to rap over, fucking, I don't know, fucking Dean Martin beats. Like, it's just the worst.
Yeah.
It's not good. And to make it a Booker T show when you have these children who are trying to learn how to wrestle, you're not helping anyone.
Yeah, and you've got all these women that you're developing and you're using a lot in storylines and you're just
You're being reductive.
Yeah.
You're not adding to their wrestling acumen, and you're making them eye candy, and it's bullshit.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I still loved fucking Stu and Vic and fucking Beth. Those three together.
Yeah, that was an okay one.
That was kind of beautiful, not gonna lie. But yeah, no, I don't know. I'm just like, I was watching, this week when I was watching it, I turned it off because I don't want to hear the commentary, but then I get fucked over because then I miss shit. Like, I didn't know Ricky and fucking Hank and Tank and fucking Obo or had a little backstage segment. Didn't know why, because my fucking TV sound was off. Did not know that. I'm like, oh, okay. And then I thought it was also a little ridiculous that fucking Dark State was choking out. I don't remember if it was Hank. No, it was Tank. No, it was Hank.
Same.
And then he kept saying Joe Hendry. And all of a sudden, what happens? Joe Hendry came out. I'm like, really? This is stupid. What the fuck? Oh, yeah. I'm like, this is dumb.
It's been
I like
frustrating.
Hendry, but that was stupid. That was so stupid. I'm like, oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's been really frustrating. SummerSlam was a disappointment. Clash was a disappointment. WrestleMania was a disappointment. And now they want to make it more expensive than ever. And it's just kind of like, everything's drawn out so fucking long. You can check in whenever you want.
Was good.
What was?
Stand and Deliver.
No, it wasn't.
I was there. It was.
It couldn't have been. That's why you liked it, because you were there.
Yes, everything is
No,
better.
that's
when you're
not.
there.
No, because I was at Money in the Bank was okay. I was there, but it was okay. Worlds Collide I thought it was pretty good. Although I thought it was very appropriate for it being in LA, the first one, because that's a lucha libre type of crowd. I'm curious to see how it's going to be in fucking Las Vegas.
Do you not know why it was in LA?
No.
It was appropriate not because it's a lucha town. It was appropriate because the very first ever Worlds Collide was a show that John Arezzi put on in like 1992 in LA, where he brought AAA to America for the first time. Him and Ron.
Did not know that.
Oh my God, his lawyer Ron, I can't remember his fucking name. They worked with AAA to get it in America because they thought it was some of the best wrestling in the world, and no one in stateside knew about it, and so they put on a show that they called Worlds Collide with AAA and God, I think it was WCW. They got in on it too, or some shit like, yeah, and it was in LA.
Wow, didn't know that. Didn't know that.
Yeah, so it wasn't just because it's a Lucha Town.
I thought, well, because that is
the
a big
first time
yeah.
AAA was ever there. But
And I will
here,
say,
should say.
the tickets were actually very reasonably priced, considering.
Oh yeah. For those ones,
yeah,
probably,
they were very reasonably priced. I haven't looked at what they were for this one, but I wonder if it's still the same. But
that's the thing. It's an entity that's associated with WWE. It's not a property yet, and once it becomes a property, they'll fucking start overcharging for that too. You know, watch. They'll make Dom the champ, and then it'll go down this path of growing to where it's going to price fans like you out. You know, because I'm sure you'd be willing to pay a front row seat to something affordable, and you're going to get priced out again. It's just,
well, my big hope, fingers crossed, is I want to see. Hopefully, they bring some of the others that have wrestled for AAA. Like one of the ones I really would love, that I would hope, Sam Adonis, so Corey can commentate one of his matches, because that would be fucking badass.
yeah.
I don't understand why he wasn't brought in on the last one. I really don't.
They didn't put any of the gringos in there.
Oh, well, and then again, they also put a ton of WWE talent. They had a fatal four-way for the AAA belt, and only one person was in AAA.
Yeah.
It was all like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that was kind of strange. But I think that as they move on, it's a shame to fucking take a fucking belt off of Vikingo to put it on Dom, because Vikingo is just fucking amazing. But
but the fans turned on him, which was so fucking stupid.
I know. I don't understand that, but what it is. But yeah, and then that's the one promotion, if somebody wants to make their comeback, because Conan fucking total believer in fucking Marty. That's where it's going to be. And I will tell you, I will pay. And if I can't pay, I'm like, hi, Marty. Can you help me? I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So, yeah. Either way. But I guess we're not going to.
Was there anything that we left on the table? Bishop, you said you got a new show coming out pretty soon. Was there, and that you thought about, there was some topics you wanted to fill in? Was there a topic that you're feeling a little iffy on?
No. I think coming here to vent out all the bullshit because it's like-minded. You know, I might do a little more nuance tomorrow on some of the positives, and because I do think there was some really good stuff that happened, but we addressed what needed to be addressed. How the fact that, they take us for granted and all that shit. Because I'll take what I saw on TV and dive a little bit deeper tomorrow. Hopefully release it in the afternoon. But when you said you're going live tonight, I was like, I know exactly why. Because that's what we talked about, was how
it was
how some of this that we just truly enjoy feels like, what the fuck am I doing watching this? I came on in episode 1, and I said to the both of you guys, they're coming out with a new Dexter series. It's called Resurrection. He's fucking dead. Let him die.
Yeah.
The show is fucking amazing.
It's really good.
I love it. And there's only one episode left. And I'm upset that I'm not going to be able to watch more for a whole fucking year, if they even decide to keep going. And they did announce it, but they also announced that the Dexter Origins was getting one, and then they canceled that. So who the fuck knows what's going to happen? But the storytelling that they're doing, the way they're layering this character, and the overall arc of everything that they're doing is fucking fantastic. And I'd rather invest my time once a week watching that than watching 7 hours of wrestling because, hey, we're all in on the joke together. It's not. It's So like that part of it is a fucking bummer,
And what sucks too is there's like great upcoming people LA Knight's hitting his stride. Roxanne is doing so fucking good in that story. Lyra is really getting comfortable out there in a confident and good way.
Stephanie.
Who? Stephanie Vacour.
Yeah.
I mean, well, Stephanie Vacour hasn't wrestled in over a month. You know what I mean? Like,
But yeah,
she went.
her shit
They,
got-
she also won this fucking title match, and then it's going away. It's disappearing, right? Like, what the fuck's
Well,
going
they
on?
just
with it?
gave it to her and Io at
Yeah.
WrestlePalooza.
Yeah, right. But I mean, it took us a long time to get to that, and it was almost like they had to do something because of the amount of people complaining about it. But like, I think that a lot of these people who are so good coming up, Julia won the U.S. title, and I don't think I've seen her since.
That's a bummer.
She's only been there to attack people.
She's
Yeah,
not
that's
having
it.
matches.
No.
You know, the U.S. title, the women's U.S. title hasn't been shown even once on a PLE.
No. I
And
think
just
how,
has it.
how important did it feel when Chelsea had it?
I said it as soon as she got it. Oh, I didn't realize this was the new 24/7.
But it didn't
Like-
feel like that. It felt she brought a presence to this thing and made it feel like we need to watch Chelsea now when she's on TV because she made a whole thing about it. Now she keeps the secret Hervis with nothing to protect, and it kind of looks foolish. But
Well-
they were protecting that U.S. title.
Well, they did go. They did go to NXT. That's kind of an interesting little gives Ethan Page something to do. That whole
I've
Canadian-
actually heard that what Chelsea's doing in NXT is far and away better than what she's doing on
Yep.
SmackDown or wherever she's at.
It was great. It's been really, really great. It actually makes fucking Ethan Page. It levels him up too, which is good. So, I mean,
Again, Chelsea's another one. I could not have talked more shit on her when she's her first WWE run, and the fact that she thought that she was levels above what she's shown on TV, and I take what I see on TV, and that's what I give my commentary on, and she was dog shit.
mhm.
She goes on the indies, does all the I'm sexual stuff, and that's my husband, all that shit. I'm like, yeah, she's dog shit. She comes to WWE, and she's not fucking missed since she's been back. She's so good at this, you know. And it's like, again, put your effort into your craft and get us to invest.
Yeah.
And you know, but that's not. We were talking about the U.S. title. You're right, though. Julia is so talented. She has a presence, and they're sticking her with Kiana James. And now we're going to see Julia Meechin, which is dope. But
will it be? You know, like,
well,
Meechin's been missing a lot.
Yeah.
Whenever she's on there, she's not doing great. Like, I want her to do better. I like her a lot. And she was badass for a long time. But the last few matches I've seen with her, I'm all like, they either got to give her more time to get back into it, or she's got to do more when she's not in there.
Well, again, right? They got rid of house shows,
Mhm.
and had they were running house shows, would Meechin look better?
Yeah.
You know, because you're right. When she was her NXT run, when she was given the opportunity to do NXT things, she was a standout. Right? She gets saddled with fucking Retribution, doesn't get a chance, has to go away and come back. You know, and it never worked. But now she gets that opportunity, and you're right. Maybe I'm having flashbacks of what it looked like in NXT because it hasn't been there. But
Yeah.
again, get the reps on TV, and where do we go? Maybe we get good shit, and that's why. So I'm always excited that we're going to get that again. But maybe that they cut out house shows, we're not going to get that.
Yeah.
No, I think they've done it. I think part of it is because, well, AEW doesn't do them. So
No, it's a waste of money for them.
it
They
is a waste of
charge
money.
premium prices for house shows, so they're not
But
going
then
to do it.
now, of
Because,
course,
again, that's a Nick Khan thing. That goes to they used to do that for the fans.
yeah.
That was a for the fans event. House shows. We've talked about it 100 times. They were
Mhm.
different. They felt different. They were more fun
Yeah.
because they could do more with the fans and they were a little accessible and they would stick around and sign stuff between matches, whether they were the main event or not. You know what I mean? Like, it was a for the fans event. They very rarely made much, if any, money on house shows, but it was fan service. And you
Yeah.
get them there and you keep them along for the ride. Where then this became, like you just said, to Nick Khan, a waste of money.
Yeah.
We're not making enough for us to
Mhm.
do something for the fans, is what that was.
And you know what
It's
pisses
also
me
how
off?
it's also how they honed their craft, right? The story of the Bret Hart or the Razor Ramon Shawn Michaels ladder match.
Yeah.
They tried that out for like a month on house shows before they got it right.
Yeah.
Tinkering with those matches really does benefit everything in the long run, and we're seeing the reflection of that.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
How did Nikki Bella prepare for the Evolution return? And how good was that match she had with Ronda? It's actually
Right.
pretty fucking good if you go back and watch it.
Yeah.
Right.
How was she preparing for this match with Becky? Not on those house shows. However they did it, it was not the same types of reps that Nikki was getting on the way to the Evolution one,
Yeah. Makes me mad that fucking NXT all of a sudden again is doing their house shows. I'm like, Florida, you can eat some dicks. Okay? That's so not fair. So not fair. They're doing a show on my birthday too. Fucking A.
Take
Like,
four.
can't be going. I hate Florida. I don't want to be going back and forth with Florida. September is already pushing it. I'm like, I don't want to go back. Like less than 30 days later.
Yeah.
No.
But all right. Well, I just wanted to see if there's anything he wanted to fucking hack out about it.
But I will say
But I did want to say that the things that I really like, but like Bishop said, it doesn't always doesn't turn on.
it's not a lot.
I like watching Jacob, LA Knight, Roxanne. I'm liking most of the Judgment Day right now.
Yeah.
The tag team itself, like Finn Balor and JD, if I'm honest, I don't watch a ton of their matches at this point, but when they're on backstage, I'm watching.
Yeah.
But a lot of them, I'm fast forward.
Got in Paris though. That was pretty nice. When Finn
that was cool.
Yeah, when he had his singles match. I was like, man.
Oh, all right. So one thing I'll bring up on the show tomorrow, because I can't stay up all night. And I don't want to go on another 30-minute rant here between the three of us. Street Profits are done. You said tag team in Paris, and that was the first thing I thought of. The Street Profits are done.
Yeah.
It's over.
Done,
I know you can't stand them, but I had my last bit of them, and I'll do my rant tomorrow on the show, and you guys can check out TWTakesPodcast.com and TW Takes Podcast on all platforms to get my take on that one. But god damn if it was not the worst I've seen out of them.
Yeah. It's
They're
done.
done.
Yeah,
DIY has no business. Well, I think
Oh
tag
yeah, that's
team
the other thing. Yeah,
division is dead.
DIY has no business going back to fucking NXT and fucking doing all that shit. I'm like,
I thought about Marsh last night too when that shit happened.
Okay.
It's been 10 years since DIY debuted on NXT, and where have they fucking gone? So why are they still here?
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The tag team division's been dead since they brought back MGMK or whatever they are.
Motor City Machine Guns.
However you say it, MGMK.
Yeah, when I saw DIY in the ring for the 10-year anniversary, and I look back on the last 10 years, I thought about Ciampa versus Timothy Thatcher and Ciampa versus Walter. That's it.
Great.
Those are the only things that I cared about that came from DIY. And every promo that Ciampa had during that Thatcher series, when he's flipping the chairs and he's walking away, I mean, that's when fucking like the amount of passion that came out of him and his run up with Walter during that whole crescendo of what was going on. Masterful shit. And I know, Mars, we said it on episode 1. I was like, hey, the best use case for Johnny Gargano's and DIY. And you go, I hate that for Ciampa. It's like, yeah. And that's the problem. So you're right, Amanda. They have no business being on there because
No business.
Gargano doesn't deserve to be in WWE.
Exactly. Thank you.
He just doesn't.
Thank you. Yeah. It's like, fuck. There's so many other people. So many other people. At this point, like, I'd
He's
rather watch.
165-pound weight on Ciampa. Like, it just...
Yeah. If that.
Yeah.
If that.
But
If
you'll
that.
break down more about the fledgling tag team division.
And I do want to say, because I forgot until just now, did you know that tonight, 2 years ago tonight, was the fucking match that should have been the whole turnaround for Ricky Starks on AEW? It was the strap match against Danielson.
That was good.
That match, even to now, like, I'm not saying because I love me some Ricky, but that was some fucking storytelling. It got uncomfortable at certain times, but
And if I remember right, there was a couple real weird botchy things they did, but there's some pretty far misses, I think. But at the same time, it was good and it should have been a bigger deal.
But yeah, the majority of it, I'm like, motherfucker turned purple. Okay, fucking turned purple, right? So just saying that, yeah, I think they're getting ready to fucking give him his flowers at NXT. And if it does not happen at No Mercy, I'm gonna be fucking pissed, because then that means I have to go to Arizona and spend fucking $500-$600 again.
Yes, you will.
Yep. Goddamn, because I'm a sucker. You know, I'm like,
absolutely, you are.
Yep, I am absolutely. So yes, so guys, you know, a great episode 1. I just wish we had great things to talk about, but sometimes that happens. Well, actually, no, there is one great thing.
So I'm talking about who you're talking with.
There is one kind of great thing. Possibly, we might never have to see Will Ospreay wrestle again.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, Jesus. The way she says it, dude.
I know, your level of hate is so amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I was asking Willis. I said, do you remember what arm or shoulder he pushed me? Was it his left or was it his right? Because if it was his left, it's karma. Karma. Fucking, you shouldn't be fucking shoving people with your fucking shoulder. But
wait,
no,
I thought he had to have neck surgery. What's wrong with his arm?
it gets paralyzed because of the neck.
His arm goes paralyzed because his neck is...
you need. Oh my god! After fucking Forbidden Door, they had posted this video of him, and they were like, they had to wheel him out. That shit was fucking. No, he was seriously fucking injured. There was no faking that. That was
so.
Like,
there was like a huge fucking. He shouldn't have been in that match, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, no, he shouldn't have, because he decided to do the whole Seth Rollins, because it was convenient the week after Seth Rollins did the fucking I faked the injury. He did the same thing.
But then it turns out it may not have been a fake injury, and it may have been a very real injury that got much.
His is a very real injury.
What's I'm saying? It got much worse because he decided to fuck around. All right.
Well, it's gotten much worse because one, the guy is an idiot and doesn't fucking. He tries too fucking hard. 1, 2, that's been bothering him, that neck injury, and he's even said it. It's been since 2018, and I'm like, dude, you didn't do anything, in that time. You could have had surgery before, during pandemic. I'm sure they'd be, but you're like, oh, my neck, Wait, I'd say, oh no, you'd have enough money, but you probably would have done a GoFundMe, but whatever. But is what it is. So he might not ever wrestle again.
One good thing to talk about.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. That's a good thing for me. If you're a Will Ospreay fan, I'm sorry. It's like a CM Punk fan, whatever.
It's just one of those things that's hard to feel bad for them. Like there's times you for sure feel bad for them, but then there's other times where you kind of go, I really fucking wish that people didn't take these ridiculous risks for their self-indulgent bullshit and get themselves to this point. Like,
yeah, it's not necessary.
Yeah, I did the AEW and Daniel Bryan's on commentary, and I go, why is that? I go, okay, I know why. Without knowing why, I know exactly why. Because he continues to put himself in that position to fucking, he just does it to himself every time.
Yeah. I still haven't watched Zack Sabre Jr. versus Nigel McGuinness. I need to. I really do. I keep telling myself that. But I've been watching so much bad wrestling that I'm like, oh,
I don't remember correctly. The crowd wasn't super into it because it was pretty long, drawn out technical stuff. But I think you would be into it from what I heard. It sounded pretty. It sounded like an actually pretty cool thing.
That was in England.
Yeah,
that's the home of that shit. I'm sure they didn't fucking be all.
Well, you'll have to tell us.
All you have to do is just say fucking, British tech. And I'm like, yeah. Before you even say it, I'm like, I'm sold. Yeah. Sold. And they had fucking Johnny Saint was there and fucking, I can't remember the fucking other dude's name, But no, all those guys were fucking there. It was great. Great to see that. And then you had fucking nerdy Colt Cabana and Chris Hero in the back.
Yeah.
Like, yep. Those guys, actually, I found out that Colt did produce that one. I was
Makes
like,
sense.
he should. That's his shit. But anyways, so guys, thank you once again. We know where to find Bishop tomorrow. Guys, got to listen to him. He's going to break down some more shit because we try
He's
not
going
to
to be a lot
negative.
nicer, I think, than we were.
Yeah. I know we used to have the whole thing of, we don't want to have bad news all the time. But unfortunately, dudes, y'all are creating the badness, okay? I'm pretty sure. Do we need to drop suggestions again so you guys can steal our content and actually book it? All I ask for, if you're going to do that, give people some tickets, okay? Not all of us can pay $400 to sit in the nosebleeds at a big PLE.
Yeah.
Just saying. We know where to find Ref Marsh. And actually, if you want to help fund his John Cena San Diego merch grabbing, you can Venmo him at Afreth Marsh. And if for whatever reason, if you want me to fucking go to Florida again in October, Ms. Amanda Jane, Venmo, X, whatever, Instagram. I don't care, whatever. Or you can go bug Ricky and say you should fucking send your homegirl to fucking Florida. They'll probably be all, oh hell no. Anywho's, well, guys, join us next Wednesday when we do it all again with another episode 1. Maybe fucking goddamn fucking Marv will be off his strike or whatever the fuck he's doing. Don't know. Yeah. I've
got to get with his people again.
Yeah, you gotta get with his people again. I don't like this fucking picketing kind of bullshit. Anyways, hope we have Bishop again next week, as always. So, guys, it's time for last call, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Producer Lady here. Thanks for tuning in. Continue to support and buy us a drink by putting the I in subscribe and reviewing our podcast. And cheers.
I would never have a drink with wrestling on the rocks.
Producer Lady here. Thanks for tuning in. Continue to support and buy us a drink by putting the I in subscribe and reviewing our podcast. And cheers.